Bat. What's happening, guys? It is Friday. Woo! We made it. Again. Made it to another Friday. Oh shit! Let's make sure the Twitch stream is working too. Multicasting and all, Gotta make sure it's all. I think this weekend I'm gonna dive into the Twitch world and see how to better get it out there. Oh crap! I hit something wrong. Back to Twitch. Okay, so there we go. We're good. Hey, what's happening, guys? Who's out there? Yo, what's going on? Arkham, Wales, Stallone, Niner. What's up, Leo? George. McLovin. What's going on? It's Friday. Hama, yes. What's going on? Legend. Men in Tights. What's going on, Primitive? Sinfinity, I see you out there, too. Yo, what's going on? Is it Dangy or Dangy? Jester, here. It's Friday. It's Friday, motherfuckers. Made it through another week. Yes. We are here, and we stand with Mr. Ray Fisher. That's right. I mean, I know there was like a little bit of a campaign going on today, but I know there was like, I don't know, campaigns. I was never really big on the campaigns. It's like tweet it out at this certain time, or whatever time zone you're in. I'm like, I'm just going to tweet out whatever. It doesn't matter. That's all. What's going on, Jedi MILF? Just finished watching The Babysitter with some more. Oh, that's right, huh? That's supposed to be like a horror movie, right, Clay? What's going on, Kevin? Konnichiwa. Ooh, yeah, I know. Didn't part of that leak, supposedly? I don't know. But anyways, cheers, guys. Got the vodka filled. Hopefully be another fun night, as per usual. So cheers to you guys. Damn, Dave, spinning all your. Yeah, no, I am. You're right, Jose. I've gone buck wild with the shirts. I posted this on my Twitter. Found this Fight Club shirt on Amazon that just breaks down all the rules. Gentlemen, welcome to Fight Club. And of course, it breaks it all down, just like it does in the movie and the book and the movie, I should say. If you haven't read the book, read the book. To read the book, it's pretty similar, but it kind of jumps more all over the place, a little more in depth, of course, because it's a book. And then pick up the graphic novel of Fight Club 2. I picked up that, and that gets pretty crazy. And I heard Polaniak, I never say his name right. I think he's going to do a third. I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see what happens with all that. But yeah, guys, we made it. It's kind of dark comedy. Oh, it's like that. Okay. Well, I liked her in Ready or Not. So I should probably check that out. Damn it. I know. I talked about it, Thad. I fucking talked about it. Wasn't supposed to do that. I mean, it's literally the first two things on this freaking shirt. Even said, look, a little says not to talk about it. It's hard to do that. There you go. Luke. I know I'm kicked out of the Fight Club already. Chuck Polaniak. Polaniak? It's Polaniak? That was Polaniak. Yeah, because I actually have the book right here too. Santa Polon, because he's got a U at the end. I don't know. It's got the U at the end. Anyways, read it, and then read Fight Club 2. It gets very meta, extremely meta. So yeah, can't see you nipping though. I'm nipping. You can't see my nippies. Amber Heard really shit the bed. That's what you're looking for, right? It's a complete shit show. Oh man, that whole thing that's coming out of well, he called her Amber Turd, right? What's going on, Damon? Oh man, Jesus Christ. Everything that's coming out. Yeah, they made Fight Club 2 a graphic novel, not a book. It's a graphic novel. It's pretty crazy. Check it out. And I heard he might actually go with the third one. Sorry if you hear background music. The advantage of living in kind of the ghetto is you sometimes have neighbors that don't really care, and they're just blasting their stereos right now. So if you hear some music in the background, I apologize. It was actually a lot louder like a half hour ago. Yeah. Can we settle? Yeah, no more talking about that damn fruit on that pizza. I know you did it today. You sent me that tweet today, Sinfinity. How dare you? You got other people jumping on me too, man, sending me images of pineapple pizza. And just for that, I like I said, tomorrow, yeah, I'm getting a pizza. I'm getting a Little Caesars. They have a meat lovers pizza also. Like I said, I'm a basic bitch. You know, I'm getting Little Caesars. I don't give a shit. I want to try their stuffed crust crazy bread. I want to get that. So that's the main reason why I want to get Little Caesars. I want to try the stuffed cheesy bread or the cheese stuffed crazy bread. So definitely, I just want to give it a try. So I'll be doing that tomorrow. No pineapple is going to touch that pizza. Oh, it's Domino's, huh? Yeah, Domino's is good. I remember when like they reinvigorated their pizza and they started putting like, I guess they like spread like garlic butter all over their crust, and it actually was pretty damn awesome. I think they put garlic powder or garlic salt on it too. It really made it. I think they probably can. Little Caesars probably can. So I don't know. I don't care if they could put pineapple on the pizza. It ain't going on my pizza. Okay, not going on my pizza. Ugh. I don't plan on ruining my pizza. Oh, you know what? I've actually tried that. Yeah. Me and my ex, we used to get that a lot. Like when on the weekends. Yeah, we love that bacon wrap pizza. I mean, they came up with some crazy shit. Oh, so yeah. Oh, Hungry Howie's. You know, it's funny. Where I used to live, there's an Uncle Howie's that was a pizza joint. Really great pizza. Really great pizza. I wonder if it's still there. Because where I grew up is over the hills, right behind me over here. So I don't know, but yeah, we had an Uncle Howie's in that pizza. So I don't know. I guess we'll see what happens. People have been taunting me about being wrong about Lois's speech, as if they ain't ever. I know. Why I even said you were wrong too. I remember you thought that was Terrio. You thought that was a Terrio Snyder line, and I was like, no, sir. No, sir. It's all good, man. It happens. Don't worry. Happens to the best of us. I didn't see the pick. There was a pick, and Amber showed. There was no way Johnny Depp would have left. Oh, yeah, that one. Yeah, that was weird. That seemed a little weird to me, too. It was like, all of a sudden, she just takes a picture of, like, the alcoholic beverages and the lines of Coke that he was going to do at fucking lunch. That seemed a little strange. Seemed very strange. Finally got my Zack Snyder Justice League hoodie today after ordering it back in May. Wow, took a bit. Also, just watched the Amazons versus Steppenwolf scene from JL, a major oof on the VFX. Yep, hopefully that's going to look a whole lot better in Zack Snyder's Justice League, which, of course, it's going to look a lot better. I mean, obviously, it's going to look a lot better, but yeah. I would say, like, the Superman resurrection scene with the Flash and everything, and some of those visual effects actually look really good because those were Snyder's. That was totally Snyder's right there. So I mean, that whole thing is just beautiful. But some of the other stuff not so great. But what can you do? So I've got Days of Future Past on right now. Okay, it's not underrated. Okay, it's rated very well. I don't know why. I always find it funny when people overuse underrated way too much for things they like. And, sometimes I'm like, how is Jesus Christ? What are they blasting now? I'll even like call it out. I'm like, yeah, like that. Like Days of Future Past, if you ask anybody what their favorite X-Men movie is or give them the top 3, that's up there. Okay. So it's not underrated. It's not, especially not super underrated. It is very much rated well. Okay, not everything that we all like is underrated. Endgame is so underrated. I know. You could just say that about everything, but it's really not, Days of Future Past is, I think, well, Logan is my all-time favorite X-Men movie, but I would say Days of Future Past is right under it. It's probably second. Yeah, I would say it's second, and then maybe X-Men 2, So, I mean, especially when Endgame came out, a lot of people were going like, Days of Future Past did the time travel thing better. And they did. I mean, you can't deny that. They did the time travel thing a lot better than Endgame. Not to totally shit on everything like Endgame, like what they did. I mean, they did their own version, but you know what? We're going to see another version of time travel in a superhero team-up flick next year. or series, I should say, possibly. Yeah, so we're gonna see Zack Snyder's version of traveling through time with a team of superheroes. So that'll be interesting to see. Yep, I'm right there with you, funny man. Right there with you. Infinity War is light years better than Endgame, 100%. What's going on, Jarbo? How's it going? I keep meaning to hit you up. DMs, hit me up. I keep forgetting. I remember you're gonna tell me something, and that was an excellent segue. What was I segueing? Nightmare. Oh yeah. What to Zack Snyder's Justice League? Yeah, talking about time travel. Yeah, it's what you got to do, man. It's what I do. Amber pulled a Drax. She was famously huge turds. Jesus Christ. You're doing deliveries, Jarbo? Yeah. Sounds like fun on a Friday night. Meanwhile, I'm sitting here talking to a microphone, drinking cheap vodka. So eat your heart out. But I'll hit you up. I keep meaning to freaking hit you up and talk to you about the Signor thing and stuff like that. And then maybe I'm going to get you on the Sunday morning hangover. Probably not this Sunday, but maybe the following Sunday we'll do it. Because this Sunday I got somebody else coming on talking about certain things. Somebody else who's also working tonight. Time travel. Yeah, exactly. I know. I mean, and you know what? I mean, the way that Snyder already explained his time travel method, I mean, it sounds pretty good. Just saying. Sounds very good, to be honest. Very good. Amber Turd's chocolate hot dogs. Oh God. Is this gonna be the theme going on tonight? Talking about Amber Turd? Because I guess that's what he called her through text message. There I am. You finally made it, Lane. Appreciate it. Man, they're playing some smooth, jazzy, like saxophony Red Shoe Diary type music. You guys remember that show, Red Shoe Diaries? There's a deep pull. There's a show that I used to sneak into my mom's bedroom while she was in the living room and try to watch. Naughty. Showtime. David Duchovny. I don't know if anybody remembers that. Who the fuck remembers Red Shoe Diaries? I pulled that one straight out of my ass. Yep, David Duchovny. So yeah, he was like he was the guy that was reading the Red Shoe Diaries. So he was like in every episode reading the Red Shoe Diaries, and then you watched whatever story that had to do with a lot of softcore. Yeah, you hearing that? Yeah, you hearing that? I don't know. They're fucking black. They're like right here. They got their fucking cars parked like right here, and they're just like, hey, let's just blast our stereos right now. So I apologize for that, guys. This is what happens when I now do the show an hour early. We do the stream an hour early. Now I got this shit. And it sucks, too, because one of the guys is really cool. He's a Dodgers fan, and we always bust each other's balls. But, yeah, sometimes people just don't give a shit. Their opinions don't mean shit. I remember the Red Vibe Diaries, the porno, the Red Vibe Diaries. I don't even know. Hey, what's going on for you, Jason, over in the Twitch world? Did I see the rumor regarding Nolan's Dark Knight Returns? DiCaprio was going to play the Riddler. I mean, there were so many rumors that came out when it came to Nolan's third movie. I mean, I remember like Neil Patrick Harris was rumored to play the Riddler. There was all kinds of rumors, you know, when it came to all that. I wanted the Riddler because you thought you had the Riddler, you know, perfect villain for Christopher Nolan. But he was like, I think he thought, you know what? That's too perfect. I want to do something different. So he was like, let's do Bane instead. Bane and Catwoman. So it was kind of disappointing. I really wanted Christopher Nolan to handle the Riddler, but sadly he did not. Dave, have you ever heard Beverly Hills Cop? Pretty good. Yeah. Who hasn't heard of Beverly Hills Cop? That's my Eddie Murphy, Axel Foley laugh. They're supposed to do a fourth one, right? On Netflix or something. Eddie Murphy's supposed to come back and do a fourth one. Wasn't Robin Williams rumored for Riddler as well? He was rumored for the Riddler for Burton's Batman. Okay. I mean, I remember some people were saying that he was also rumored for Nolan's Batman, but I remember a long time ago hearing the rumor that Robin Williams was supposed to play the Riddler in Batman Forever, but it was still when Tim Burton was gonna do the third one. So that's what I heard. Yeah, Coming to America 2 is also coming to Netflix, but I think he's also gonna do Beverly Hills Cop 4. So Dodgers, A's, Angels, Giants, and Padres are gonna be in the same division for the first time ever. What? Is that what they're doing this year? Well, it's whatever. The Giants are gonna suck balls because Buster Posey is like, I'm not gonna play because I don't want to get COVID. I mean, unless the guy has like, a newborn child or he's taking care of an old relative at home, he shouldn't be such a pussy. Okay. Like, I don't get it. Unless you have like a high risk family member you're living with, don't be a pussy. But a lot of baseball players, I guess, are. I don't know. It's like they're going to be spacing everything out. There's not going to be any crowds. You're going to be fine. You're going to be playing outside. You're an athlete. You're in good physical condition, or at least you should be. So you're not going to play. Yeah. So you're not going to play baseball. But like I said, unless he's got like an old family member at home or a newborn or something like that, then I can understand. But I don't think he does. But yeah, so the Giants are going to have Buster Posey. Fucking shit. I think Posey said, okay, so he does have a child? Okay, good. Okay, if that's the case, I retract my statement. It was just like, it was frustrating when I got that. So yeah, if that's the case, if he's worried about his child and his child has some kind of Jose, and he's got some kind of child that maybe has a condition, then I can understand that. I can respect that. But it's just like, when is it going to end? Really? When is it going to end? What's going on, Manny? How you doing, buddy? All right. I think it's about time to get the guests in here. Oops. Okay. See what happens. All right. Now I got the Beverly Hills Cop theme song stuck in my head. The goatee. Damn, I look like James Hetfield's cousin. Cool. Yeah. Ooh. Yeah. There you go. There's my James Hetfield right there. Cheers. Shane and Stu. Now I got that in my head, man. See what you guys did? Oh, sorry. Whoa. Easy. All right. So let's wait till both of them get in here. Dumb and Dumber is on HBO Max. There you go. You can never go wrong with Dumb and Dumber. Anytime it's on TV, well, maybe when it's on TV, they still censor it, which pisses me off. So, but yeah, when it's but if it's on, you put it on, you keep it on. So, but anyways, yeah, I mean, I thought it was fitting to name the stream tonight. Damn, somebody already gave me 2 dislikes on the stream. What assholes did that? Jeez, so mean. It's okay. It's totally fine. But all right, so let's see. Hold on a sec. Do I have that ready? I got to make sure my stuff's all ready here. Hold on. Boop. Okay, we're good. Okay. All right. Well, let's get the guests in here. We got one of them. That showed up from the comic movie marks, Mr. Shane. Oh, there you go.
What up?
What's going on?
How's it going? Good.
Going, man. Yeah.
We were kind of thinking, not that we're the most punctual of people, but we kind of thought maybe you forgot about us for a second there. That might be why Matt's late.
Okay. Is that why? No,
I'm guessing. Yeah.
No, usually what I try to do is talk to the live stream for about 15 minutes or so, and then I bring in the guests. That's kind of how the format I try to do. I gotta throw them a bone a little bit. They're always asking questions like during the week, and I ignore them, like a redheaded stepchild. So I had to do that. So how you doing, man? How's it going over there in Reno?
Pretty good. Staying busy. Took a little bit of time off of work, and unfortunately go back on Monday. But
yeah,
that's how it goes.
What kind of work do you do?
So I work in distribution, essentially. Okay. So yeah, it's been crazy. We were essential business, so just stayed busy, and then like I said, it took a little bit of time off, and now going back on Monday. So not looking forward to that. So this will be a nice little unwind for sure before having to head back.
We're heading back to the grind. How long were you off for?
4 weeks, actually.
Wow.
Yeah. Got a little paternity leave, which was nice.
Oh, really? Did you just have a kid?
Yeah. Yep.
Oh,
just had another little boy, so it was fun.
Well,
it's
congratulations, sir.
Yeah, thanks, man. I appreciate that.
You made it just in time for a congratulatory cheers. What's going on, man?
Boom. Here he is. He made it.
Sipping that tea.
Yes.
Hard tea.
Yes, very much so. Shane beat me here. Shit.
I know. Look at that.
You sound so surprised. Thanks a lot.
You're late at everything.
I was just saying how we're not very punctual, but we thought Dave forgot about us for a second there.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I was like, oh, this asshole forgot. Fuck.
No, I did not forget. I told you guys. I said, I talked to the kiddies in the live chat for about 15 minutes, and then I'll bring you in.
Yeah, it was already past 15 minutes. And we didn't get a link. We didn't get
you know me, dude. I can't shut the fuck up sometimes, and just I go on a subject of pineapple pizza or fucking Amber Turd. So
yeah, well, see, that's the serious topic that we should talk about is Little Caesars options right now.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Because I heard you talking about Little Caesars earlier. So
yeah,
I heard that for a brief moment while I was making my cheeseburger.
Yeah, I heard someone mention Dumb and Dumber, and I'm like, oh, they must know who his guests are.
Yes,
here we are.
Bringing in Lloyd and Harry right here.
Yeah, exactly.
Jeez, but yeah, appreciate you guys coming in. So I figured, I'll get to know you guys a little bit. I mean, Shane, I don't think you've been on the Vodka stream, have you? No,
I don't think I have actually.
I know Matt has.
Yeah,
a few times, but I never had you as a special guest. So cheers for that.
Yeah. I know we've been on similar streams together, but I don't think ever the Vodka stream. So
okay, well, cool. Yeah. Anyways, what I wanted to know, I mean, I know. We hooked up. Well, that's a bad choice of words. That's
a great choice of words. Just do it.
It's perfect.
No, but we met in person at the Snyder event, which was a lot of fun. You guys were there the entire weekend. I only showed up for the popular day, of course, because I don't know why I wanted to show up to the whole thing, but I think I was just like,
You were too busy watching Shazam to spoil it for us.
Pretty much, yeah, Shazam, and then looking forward to Birds of Prey.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
Hyping up.
Oh, hey, look at this cameo. I got a picture of it on my phone of the Superman thing.
Right. Yeah.
Exactly. A chance.
Yeah. So, we meet at the little coffee shop, and then you guys start kind of feeding some stuff, you and Chris Wong. And I'm like, just tell us everything.
And I'm looking at Shane like, what do you mean just tell us? Like, then he shows us the picture of the Superman cameo, and I'm like, why the fuck is he holding a lunch tray? And you're like, it'll make sense when you watch the movie.
Yeah.
No, Dave, it didn't make sense. It
didn't make sense. I try to be as I don't know, optimistic about it as possible. But when I watched it again, I'm like, they shouldn't have fucking shot it. They really shouldn't have got that. I mean, if you couldn't have gotten Cavill in there, just fucking just void it. Not to mention, then it just ends just like Spider-Man: Homecoming. That's what frustrates me too. I mean, it literally takes the same beats of just one of the character goes, and then all of a sudden it has this old punky kind of song with these drawn fucking credits, and I'm like, did you just rip that off of Homecoming? I mean, what the? It is kind of frustrating. I mean, but
I think they do fit in line with the same target audience.
So they do.
It wouldn't surprise me if that's exactly. They're like, oh yes, let's just rip it off. That's exactly what we're going for. So
I like Shazam, so it's not that big of a deal. But that cameo,
it's an enjoyable movie. I mean,
for sure.
But anyways, I wanted to ask you guys first off, if you guys want to subscribe to the Comic Movie Merc channel, there it is right there. And you know what? I'm actually.
Oh my god, that home video! I've been meaning to change that thing forever.
Yeah,
that thing is so bad.
Look at our old logo.
Oh, is that what it is right there?
Yeah, that's the old logo. That's Shane's Photoshop skills.
It's beautiful. 3 years.
Iteration. Thanks,
3 years old. Yeah.
How many is that? 811 views. Holy crap!
No wonder we lose subscribers sometimes.
It's fantastic. It's so terrible. Bad. It's great.
We tried to script it, and we're like, welcome to Comic Movie Mark's YouTube channel.
Welcome to the Hall of Presidents.
Yeah.
And then Shane's got a good little Marky Mark thing. He's like, good vibrations. Yeah. That's the only point of the whole thing. And then it falls apart.
Fantastic. Yeah. With my co-host, the Marky of Marks. Yeah.
That's great. But I'm actually jealous of your intro for your video now. I like the whole 80s vibe and the tracking and the VHS popping in and stuff like that. Really digging that.
Yeah, Matt found that online or something. We just kind of piece it together.
Yeah, I mean, here we are. We didn't make it or anything. Yeah, no,
but like, yeah, because when I was like thinking about doing new intros, I was like, I kind of wanted to do something like that, but I was like, what they're already doing over here, so
oh, no one knows us. You're fine.
Oh yeah, I know.
No one has a clue.
Nobody's
actually. People would think if you stole the same exact one, people would think that we ripped you off.
Exactly. I wouldn't correct them. I'd be like, yeah,
yeah, exactly.
Jeez,
everybody, yeah. When did you start using Screen Junkie's intro? That's weird.
Yeah, exactly. Be creative, guys.
Yeah. No, but I also wanted to ask too, because you do like a lot of the almost like a Family Guy thing where you cut to like a clip from a movie or TV show. Do you ever get like copyrighted for that or anything? No dings or anything?
I don't want to say that I become professional at avoiding copyright, but when I do those, I've got a pretty good system down.
He's got it down to a science for sure.
Yeah, I got it down to a science. The only one we ever got hit with a copyright somewhat recently, other than our old videos that somehow WB still want to hit from fucking 2 years ago. That no money that was going to be made off of that video that's got like 40 views. Don't do it, WB. Stop. Don't.
Yeah.
But no, I got it down to a pretty good science. I think I let one clip. Basically, if you go over like 10 or 11 seconds on a lot of clips, that's when you get hit. And so I keep it down to that. If I really worried about it, I have like a little green screen TV and I put it inside that and I kind of zoom it in. Yeah. So it can't be really detected by the visual part of it all. So yeah, I got it down to a pretty decent science on that.
Anything to take it away, take away from, even like there's people that flip the image, or
that doesn't do shit.
I've
tried that
too. Yeah, and then there's even like slowing down the audio or speed.
Neither does black and white either.
Yeah,
those people that used to think black and white avoids copyright. No, it doesn't.
No, you heard it here first. I mean, you should create a video, do a little workshop, tell people how to avoid copyright. I'm sure
tutorial.
Love that. Yeah, a little tutorial.
Well, it also could be the size of our channel. I think when bigger channels start doing stuff, I think they get hit harder with more manual stuff.
Yeah,
I know how to avoid the automated stuff.
Yeah, because sometimes I've like wanted to do that method too. Like if I'm editing something and I'm like, and maybe I had some kind of zinger or something like that before I do a jump cut, I'm like, if something could fit right there, and then I think about a clip or something like that, and I've done that before, and I always worry that there's going to be some kind of copyright, but it never has happened either. Like when you're editing, do you just like, as you're doing it, you think like, hey, I'm going to put something like that there, or do you just sit there and go, huh? Do you make that noise, Matt?
No.
Oh, okay, damn it. I thought that was the noise you meant. You're the one that's doing most of the editing, or do you both like share the job? So you're
he does most of it now for sure. Yeah,
it was Shane in the beginning
on. Yeah,
all the videos that we get copyright claims on.
Oh
yeah, we get copyright claims on.
It was just
and the crappy logo on the introduction.
Exactly. Yeah. Thanks a lot.
Shane's contributions.
All right.
No,
it was me early on, and then there was like a mixture in between, and then Matt kind of took it over, and now he has such a system of doing things. There was actually a video recently that he's like, hey, time is tight for me. I think you're gonna need to edit this one. And I'm thinking to myself like, shit, you have such a system. People are gonna know. They're gonna know like, wait, who edited this shit?
Dude, the Batman video that we did, because we did a breakdown of Batman 89, and like everybody's like, oh, Shane edited this. And it was true. And it was like everybody could just tell. Like, oh, Shane must have.
I did okay.
I thought that was so funny. That was like 3 of the comments. Like, oh, Shane must have edited this one. And like,
that's hilarious. That's hilarious.
Yeah,
well, that's good though. Yeah, I mean, you have to. Yeah, you have to get it down to a science. I mean, I'm like, when I've watched your videos, I mean, you guys put a lot into it, which is cool. I wish I had more time to do that with my videos. I'm just like, I have like a little bit amount of time. And then I just, I've been using StreamYard a lot just to do just basics, just like, hey, let me talk about this, you know, and, dance, monkey dance. And then that's it. It's like a 2-minute, 3-minute video. And, like when it comes to what you guys do with your videos and even like Film God, when I see some of the stuff that he does, I'm like, damn it. See, I mean, I just wish I had the time to like do something like just like that. And even when I like want to do it, I overthink it, and I just think like, shit, do I want to do it like that? But I've had this one video that I wrote out for like 3 weeks, and I'm like, I don't know how I want to approach it, because I don't want to just do it like, my normal shit of just like, whoa, 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 I don't want to do it like that. So I don't know. I kind of, I wish I had that time to do it like that.
Yeah, it definitely becomes well, I guess it's like cooking, more art than science. I don't know, or whatever. Or more science than art. How is it done? I don't know.
Is that the saying? I don't know.
I don't know what I'm talking about. No, it's basically when it comes with the clip thing, like when we're recording on Audacity, I'll say something, we'll prompt something up, or just Shane says something, and I'll be like, oh, that'd be funny to have right there. And I have a little sticky pads right here, and actually you can probably see. I start writing a bunch of timestamps.
There you go.
And I just start writing things down over
you know,
and over
like
again.
the genius of Eminem, where he would just write out a bunch of rhymes and stuff like that. That's Matt's genius right there.
Oh yeah. So,
And this is what I can't figure out what I'm
when
going to do.
When I see Matt, I automatically thought Slim Shady. Yeah.
And when I can't figure out what the hell I'm going to do, I do that. Just start circling.
At least you're not drawing penises everywhere. I mean, that's
hold
a
on.
whole other combo. Hold
on.
Wait a minute. Hey.
Oh no, that's more like well, I don't know what the hell that is. Like Blair Witch or some shit. I don't fucking know.
Could be.
But yeah, no, we just start writing. I just start writing timestamps and stuff like that. And I just write things. I don't know. It's just the things that kind of come to my mind.
No, I get it. Like I said, sometimes like when I'm like going through and I'm like, oh yeah, maybe something like that will fit right there. Or even when you're editing, all of a sudden something will pop in your head that you saw on a clip or something. And it's a pretty. I like it. I wish I would do more of it, but I don't know. Like when I do my opinion type videos with the jump cuts, I just don't really. I'm like, all right, just get it done. But have you guys seen like an influx of views lately ever since the announcement? Yeah, crazy, right?
We're like for once, like we're actually kind of making money. Like yeah. Well, I mean, not really. I mean, like
you all just in it for the money, aren't you?
Right.
Well, no, we've been operating at a loss for quite a while because we've just been tacking it up to Premiere Pro and a couple other things and movie tickets and stuff. It's to the comic movie Mark's expense count, and we've been doing that. And actually, like with the revenue, the ad revenue, I think we just had I think last month, right, Shane, was our biggest month ever.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it was it was fucking sweet. I was like, holy shit. So there is some like I don't know, there is some good things that can come out of the ad revenue system. It seems like, I don't know, have you noticed like a good influx in them giving you extra ad revenue because they started doing that system? Like if you're like good and you tell them what you're going to put in your video or whatever, like if you rank high enough or whatever, it seems like they start giving you more ad revenue. And
seems like it,
because I tried to censor out the F-bombs and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And so I try to censor those out. And so we've gotten, solid on all the monetary things. And I noticed, on our little views and stuff, we're still getting, a decent chunk of change for each video. So I was like, oh shit, this is actually working out. Yeah, no, it's a huge influx.
Yeah. It's nice too. A lot of our followers have started to say like, oh, I'm noticing you in like a suggested video, which I felt like for the longest time was tough. Unless you were like a part of our core audience, we were never suggested. We were never like the, next follow up or, hey, you might like this one. It was always just, you'd have to like search for us kind of thing. And now we're being suggested and we're growing our fan base, which is cool. And when we do a live stream, I'm seeing a lot of newer names in it, which is really cool as well. New comments and things that are popping up. So it's nice to actually finally see some growth there. Cause for a while it was pretty stagnant. And we're kind of like, oh, what are we doing here? Had to trim back a little bit.
Oh, yeah,
I was actually going to ask you, how's the going to the live stream method working for you?
It's been a lot of fun and also a little taxing, I will say. Like I
was about to say, man, after a while, like you've been doing it solid for almost 2 months, or a month and a half.
Yeah, almost 2 months. It's just, but at the same time, like I enjoy it. I enjoy it a lot because like after I'm done with like doing a stream, I'm like amped up and like, energetic and everything. I remember like, just like, oh God, but beforehand, I'm like, shit, I got to do, oh goddamn, I got to set everything up. And it gets a little like, jarring for me at sometimes. Cause I'll wait till like the last minute. I'll come home, take a nap. And then all of a sudden I wake up and it's like 5:15. I'm like, oh shit. And I got to put the thumbnail together. And sometimes that looks like shit in my eyes. And I'm like, I got to do something different, but I'm like, I can't take too much time with that. And then put in all the topics and everything. Yeah, it's been pretty taxing, but I mean, I've seen an influx too. And it was like,
yeah, I was about to say, that's what I was wondering.
Yeah. And it was like, I just felt it was like the perfect timing because like I was getting tired of doing my little short videos, holding my phone, like, and then, record the screen and everything. I just got tired of doing that. So I was like, and then I was missing out on I guess other movie news, like I was just fully concentrating on all the big stuff, which obviously that's what you're going to get views on, obviously. But I also wanted to talk about some of the other stuff too. So I was like, okay, if I do a live show and have like topics, do like an hour, I can cover every little bit and then even clip it out for the second channel. Hey, I could finally utilize the second channel. It's just been sitting there for like 2 years doing nothing. So so it's not bad. It's just sometimes I'm like, I need a break.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I'm like, no, I got to do it. Like, especially this week, like tomorrow, I think I'm probably going to do a casual Batman one. And those can be, pretty intense. I don't know if you've seen those, but man, I don't know what I was thinking when I was like, yeah, let's give casual Batman a live stream. Right. Do that voice for a half an hour. That's smart.
Ooh, yeah.
Especially the one thing I was wondering about with those live streams and stuff, because YouTube's processing system, I don't know if it's like more streamlined for you because you're doing it more frequent, but like they take 12 to 14 hours to process the video.
No shit.
On us anyway. It'll sit there and process, and it'll be like 14 hours before it'll be like, okay, good. And then it'll kind of like put it up there for your subscribers and stuff. It's
really so like people can't watch it until 20?
No, they can watch it, but you'd have to be like paying attention to our channel. And then it'll just like, okay, so if we did it like at 8:00 at night, it'll post 8:00 in the morning the next day, and then that's when it'll hit like the subscription box.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, other than the time when the live stream becomes live. But when it finally processes, it'll hit the 12 hours later. And I was just like, man, it's probably because you're doing it more frequent. They probably got their frequent Meyer miles and whatever, some shit like that. Oh yeah, we are shit for sure. Yes.
Yeah, you are the shit.
Shit's in there somewhere.
You guys kill it, not for fake, but for real. No, but like I noticed last week when I had Jason LeBoy on, people were saying that for like 2 days or 3 days, like they couldn't see the first like hour. And that's happened before too. Like, these streams always go 3 hours plus. And
you ready for that, Shane?
Yeah, no, you ready for that? You guys have been here the whole time, right? As soon as I bring Colbert in here, I mean, it's not.
I'll just grab the pillow behind me. That's why I got. That's
and
why
if
I got.
And if
movie Mark's pillow.
Yeah, exactly. Not available on our website yet, but
for all your Colbert needs, the comic movie Mark
pillow. Hey, if I bring in Garza too, this thing will go 6 hours. I mean, twice as long. Yeah.
The marathon men here. Damn, marathon people.
No. Yeah, they might come in here. Hopefully they do, but no. But I for some reason, like usually it doesn't have like the first hour for like maybe like a half a day, but for some reason it like went on for like 2 or 3 days. People were saying,
yeah.
What the hell? No way. Is Jody's Corner in here? What's up? Is this guy in here? Uh-oh. This is not the real guy.
Probably not.
No, this is a troll. Don't worry, I'm still here. I gotta get. Yeah, okay. I was like, what the hell? It just grabbed my attention right here. See,
yeah,
he's making it be known.
That's a troll too.
That's not the real Garza either.
Yeah, exactly.
Fake Garza. No, but how long ago did you guys start your channel?
That's kind of a long story. To make it short, we did a podcast for a while. Mm-hmm. So I guess what I could say is when we actually took YouTube serious would probably be late 2018 was when we actually took YouTube serious and actually tried to make videos for it. We used to just cut up our podcast and put like one picture and shit like that. And we used to do that. And that obviously got us nowhere because I remember being stoked that we hit like 100 subscribers doing that.
Oh, man.
I still remember sitting at 99 for so long. I remember sitting at 99 for so long. And then finally went click. And then I remember seeing like after the first 100, it goes easy from there, guys.
Right? Yeah, exactly. Really? Because we're slowly climbing.
Snowball is rolling. Yeah.
Yeah, I was actually just explaining this to someone recently that so we actually did like a giveaway at one point when we had we were trying to get up. Yeah, we were pushing for iTunes reviews is what really what we were trying to do. So we were podcast first, YouTube second. And we were like trying to build our podcast, and we found, if you get reviews, they will kind of push you to the top, and then you'll be suggested, very similar to YouTube. And then after you're suggested, then you can gain more listeners and stuff like that. It was kind of hard to follow, but it was like very super stagnant for a while. And that was when we first started the podcast was after BVS Civil War. That's what that whole argument right there was a catalyst for us saying we need to start something. Matt and I would show up to the gym, and we always joke about, because yes, we do go to the gym.
It's more of a joke for me, not so much for you, Shane.
but we'd show up to the gym and we just vent of like, can you believe how stupid people are? Blah, blah, blah. These movies are relatively similar and yada, yada, yada. So anyways, so we decided to start our podcast, and we did a podcast. Like Matt said, for a while, we were primarily focused on the podcast aspect, and YouTube was so secondary. And then we slowly started noticing, like, man, we're getting a lot of traction on YouTube. Maybe we should start
traction, meaning
switching.
Like
yeah. In comparison, like we were cracking 100 views, but our podcast would have like, 12 listens, and some of them were coming from like Spain, and we're like, nah, probably not. So it wasn't even accurate data.
That's right. Remember when we had the influx of Chinese ones? We're like, what?
yeah, exactly. We're like, wait a minute, this probably isn't even accurate data. So we started noticing that there was somewhat of a correlation of, maybe we should start focusing a little bit more on YouTube. And then we'd actually splice together. So we'd have like our podcast that was an hour, and then we take like portions of the podcast and make them into YouTube videos. And then we were like just trying to grow from there. And then after a while, we're like, maybe let's just focus on we were also paying to be on iTunes.
Yeah.
And that whole thing was, we were just like sinking ourselves, not going anywhere. So we had a website at one point, comicmoviemarks.com, which doesn't exist anymore. And we were paying for that. What do they call that? To basically have the Comic Movie Marks. Yeah. And then we would post our podcast on there, and we were just trying to grow, and we were just like sinking ourselves in just trying to fund nonsense. We're like, let's cut that out completely. We have Bluehost and Blueberry. And then we did briefly, we had, what's that free podcast? SoundCloud. We were doing that for a little bit, but that kind of faded away. Yeah.
Yeah, so I was trying to do that with my podcast, and I was just like, now that I was doing all this live streaming, I'm like, just convert it to that. And that's what like the Sunday morning hangover turned into, was like just me just talking shit, about things that happened during the week or whatever. Yeah, I mean, there's really like a lot of trial and error. I mean, I get people like, hey man, I'm trying to start a YouTube channel. What's your advice? I'm all, just fucking turn your camera on and see what happens.
Yep.
I mean, it's never how you start is never going to be where you end up. I mean, dude, not at all.
For the longest time when we first started focusing on YouTube, I was looking at all the stupid videos, like how to grow your YouTube channel, how to get like 1,000 subscribers in 2 days or some shit like that. Yeah. Look at all that. And they're like, what you need is good content.
Yeah. Oh, thanks a lot. Yeah.
That's what
fantastic.
Yeah. And I was just like, oh, okay, all right, well, this isn't going anywhere. And so it just like, you just eventually, like you did with the live streams and other things, you have to kind of make your own style, I guess, and for the most part, or something like that. And so that's when we started doing the clips and trying to add more to it and give it a, we got Premiere Pro, and we just started going at it. And I had YouTube tutorial, all this shit on how to green screen and how to do this, how to do that. And then I bought like a transition package and shit like that to help flow and make everything look better, and how to color grade and all that crap. And like I started learning all that, and matte, like photo lays, like matte lays and stuff like that, and all that crap. I started learning all that stupid shit to try to get these things to look better and more presentable and hopefully entertaining. And for the hopefully, and that's how it just, unfortunately, you got to come
at best. Yeah.
Yes, that's definitely. If we could get stars, it would be 2.5 for sure, out of 10. And it sucks because people ask you like, what do you need to do, and I'm just like, it's just like you got to find the style. Yeah. You got to find what suits you. Like, how do you want to talk into the mic? And how do you want your videos to be represented? And that's how some of the growth will happen, and how you look, how you present yourself and stuff like that. Sadly, that's how it is. If there's no magic trick, like other than just maybe having good thumbnails, like put giant asses in your thumbnails.
Some cool tag, or based on some of the channels that my teenagers watch, and even my 6-year-old. If you have an audience that's like, from 8 years old to 15, you're in the money. But that's just not us. You can make some of the dumbest videos, and it's like, 1 million views
know,
or
crazy.
8 million subscribers. I'm like, are you out of your mind?
Oh.
This is the dumbest shit that I've ever seen.
Oh, my favorite one is this one dude, this Canadian guy was like bragging about how he's doing construction stuff, like basic things, like how to like put drywall up, but he has a really hot wife and she's like on the ladder. So
Of
that's
course.
his thumbnail. It's
Of
her
course.
ass in yoga pants on the thumbnail. Got 1 million views, like
Genius.
putting drywall up.
God.
Genius.
And
I
yeah,
know.
she's in there. He doesn't totally clickbait it, you know. She or masturbate, whatever. Anyway, he doesn't completely
Whatever,
screw
babe.
you over. She is in the video, and he does get that good like Whedon shot, you know, down up and like right in there. He really gets a good one, and she's there doing it. She's putting a couple screws in that drywall, and but at the same time, and he's like talking about, yeah, you know, I made like $500 and something off of this video and stuff like that. Just at this point, and
no wonder.
And actually, no, I think that one was like, I think he said like $5,000 he made off of that video because it had well over 1 million views. It was like 15 minutes long, so he could jack up the ads and all that stuff. And yeah, and he was talking about like that. I was like, God damn! And he was Canadian, so I was like, it's Canadian money. Okay, it's not that big of a deal.
Worthless. Yeah, I thought about starting an OnlyFans for our channel, and you know, maybe throwing some nonsense up there.
Show some of that chest hair.
Yeah, exactly.
Whatever.
Anybody? $14.99.
Yeah, get those comic movie mark tank tops out. Jeez, go the guns. No, but yeah, I mean, yeah. If you look at my videos from like how I started to like, I was doing the same thing too. It was just strictly voiceover and just like the images of whatever I was talking about. Just had that, and then I was like, you know what? I got to get to a point where I'm like, I should be showing my face. You know, of course, I got to share this beautiful, head of mine to the world.
Right.
So yeah, so it was like, so I started doing that, and it was like, okay, people responded to that. Just like now, I mean, I started my channel in 2011, but like you guys, I didn't take it seriously until probably when BVS was announced. And I'm like, all right, I'm gonna cover the shit out of this movie. So that was probably what, 2014, somewhere like around there, whatever. Maybe even the end of 13.
Filming,
yeah. So I was just covering everything, and then yeah, I mean, like I said, even like 2 months ago, I decided, okay, I'm just going to start doing the live stream thing. I mean, that was another like leap to take, and it was actually a pretty good one, you know? So you really just got to find your style. You got to find your, don't try to imitate. Cause I think like my first videos, I was trying to imitate like probably like a mixture between Philip DeFranco and Toby Turner with a lot of F-bombs. It was like really, I plan on watching my first video when I hit I think when I hit 35,000, I'm like, all right, I'll watch my first video. I am dreading, fucking dreading that. Holy crap.
I can barely go back 6 months.
Yeah, I know.
For sure.
Because it's
6
like
hours.
As things evolve, like I got better at editing and kind of shortening things up. Like, I mean, honestly, even though, I mean, because we discuss things and we're like, okay, we're going to do this next and stuff like that. That's some of our audio is filled with that. But like our video, like our audio sometimes will be like 30 minutes, but I go slice and dice and I can get that thing down to 12, maybe 10. And then add some clips in, get it back up to 12 or 13 again and stuff like that. Yeah. So you just got to kind of, I mean, I watched a couple channels that I really like, and actually, surprisingly, some of them are gaming channels, just like gaming news guys or something like that. And I just kind of like their patterns, how their videos come off anyway, how they get to the point, they're moving along, they show the information that they want to show, and then that's kind of it, all I did was incorporate our little like adding clip style and stuff like that to try to make it at least a little bit more entertaining. Add a little Photoshop here and there. And, it's kind of like a hybrid of multiple things that I've seen and trying to basically make our style. So,
everyone takes inspiration from channels or anything that you see. I think there was one video early on that Matt sent that had, I can't even remember what it was, but I don't think it pertained to gaming or really entertainment. But it was maybe about like defining something or a book or something like that. But anyways, Matt sent me this video and said, I really like this style. And I'm like, yeah, I love that. And it was just kind of what we decided to take with like the pictures and stuff like that. And now we're trying to be a little bit more timely. I think is probably one of our biggest fallbacks is, well, like we'll wait for news just to build up. and then we'll release a video on like Saturday when all the news hit on like Monday or Tuesday. So we're trying to balance between like, okay, do we wait? Like we got screwed with some of the cyborg stuff, which was
Ray Fisher thing. Recorded Tuesday.
Yeah, Ray Fisher.
Yeah. So you put that disclaimer like, hey guys, we recorded this on Tuesday and more shit happened.
That never happens to us. Usually we're like way late, and then we're like, hey, this is why we waited. Look how it works out great for us. But we're just trying to be like more on top of it, because for a while, like if we would talk about the Ray Fisher comments on a Saturday, then we'd get like 400 views because it's already been talked about. It's done, it's past, it's over. And so we're trying to like find that perfect balance of waiting for everything to kind of unfold, which, you know, it didn't work out for the Ray Fisher stuff, but, you know, waiting for everything to kind of unfold, but also kind of being more timely, being on top of it. It's why I did a reaction to the Zack Snyder Justice League HBO Max thing from my car. Yeah.
Because I same thing.
Yeah. Wanted to make sure that happened that night, and it wasn't looking like it. That was a rough week for me. And Matt's like, why don't you just do it on the way home? I'm like, yeah, let's give it a try. It's, you know, couldn't hurt. We'll figure it out, just to, you know, again, try to be more timely and just balance certain things. We like to do videos like this where it's our faces, even though our audience doesn't like that. But then also kind of our other style where we have clips and it's just a voiceover of different, you know,
one of our best streams was you in a tiny box and me on a cell phone.
Yep.
I mean, that was one of our.
Isn't that crazy? Doesn't that kind of make you upset when like you put a bunch of effort in one video, but then you just do some stupid little like, hey guys, and it gets way more views? You're like, come on.
I have to believe Shane, but I guess like we did a stream and I thought it was going to work because I was camping. And we did a test. And there was a slight audio delay. It was like 3-4 seconds. Mm-hmm. So that would have been kind of annoying, but everything was working. And I was like, okay, let's do it. And so when Nut Cutting came, it didn't work.
Of course.
It just didn't freaking work. I was walking all around everywhere trying to get a better signal and stuff, and it wasn't work. So Shane literally put me on cell phone, put the phone next to the microphone, and I was talking through the phone.
I remember that. Yeah, because it was like, why is Matt's audio so shitty? I'm like, okay.
Shane's telling me we got like, you know, for us anyway, average is like 50 to 80 people. He's telling me we got 100 and something in the fucking thing, and I'm on a phone.
How is this possible? Yeah,
you sound like Bane through a Jack in the Box microphone. Like
exactly. The characters from Peanuts. So you feel
like fucking. It was just, I don't know. I was like, what the fuck? Now you guys watch? God damn it!
You just never know. You just really just never know. And like I said, I mean, with the announcement and the way that everything's been lately, I mean, I've even said it to some of the other guys like Swenson and stuff. I'm like, yeah, now's the time to pump out content, guys. People want to know about this thing more than ever. You know, if there's any news about Zack Snyder's Justice League or anything that's happening over there at Warner Media, I mean, it seems like every day almost it's like something is happening. Just pump it out. But like you said, you got to find your style. And I mean, for a while there, I was all about like, oh, I got to be the first to get there. I got to be the first to like talk about this. Oh, there's a leak. I got to be the first to talk about it and get it out there. It's a very sleazy kind of way of doing things. And I mean, the scooping world is, I hate it. I don't like it. I'm sure you kind of like feel the same too. It's like you get all this information that these guys try to get out there and try to be the first one to get it out there. And sometimes it's like, you could tell it's bullshit or it just doesn't pan out or something. And I mean, shit like that's happening right now. I mean, I see people just going back and forth and they're all like, they all essentially hate each other, which is kind of funny.
Yeah.
Your Grace Randolphs, your Jeremy Conrads, your Scoopy Pants, and everybody. You just see all these guys like they're just trying to get to the thing first, and they're trying to like shoot down, debunk rumors over here, and they're trying to say like #deaded, you know, like Marcus said right there. You know, they're always trying to just like outdo each other, and it's just, to me, it gets gross. Like I want people to come to my channel just like because they want to hear what I have to say, which I'm sure you guys feel the same. You want your fans to come to your channel to hear what you guys have to say because you guys present it in a way that they like the news to be presented.
Right. Yeah. It becomes it's just I don't know. Especially for us, it's not about being first at all. Definitely. It's about second to last. That's our best bet for sure.
Yeah,
definitely not
the
last.
news is already dead.
Right, exactly. We're the guys who beat the dead horse for sure.
Yeah, we just get to add on to it. So what this guy said was this, and this guy said that.
Pull these
So did you guys
articles.
hear the Cyborg movie's supposed to come out in April of this year?
Right.
Fuck, it's May or June or July. What the hell?
It was on the slate that they talked about.
Yeah,
Jeff Johns
you remember
was
the
on with
slate?
Kevin
Yeah,
Smith.
exactly. Yeah, so somewhat of a detriment to us. We've always decided, like, unless we're gonna make fun of something, we try not to talk about rumors unless we're having fun with it, or be like the first out there and and scoop certain things. And like I said, sometimes we're a little bit behind, and it has been a little detrimental because we're like, no, that may not be the case. Oh crap, it is. And then we've scrambled sometimes, but yeah, we try to at least have some integrity, contrary to popular belief.
Oh yeah, that Screen Crush video we did. Oh man, like there were so many people not so many people. I shouldn't say that.
There were a couple.
There were some people that were so mad like that because I don't know. Did you see Screen Crush's breakdown of the teaser that Snyder dropped?
No, I did not.
Oh, it was god awful. You should watch it just for that.
I try to avoid them.
Or watch our video talking about it.
Yeah.
Except I'm talking through a fucking can again on that one because my stupid webcam mic took over for some reason instead of my Yeti.
It out.
Yeah.
And so Shane sounds fine, and I'm sitting here like fucking. God damn it!
Kind of like a teacher from fucking Charlie Brown.
Yeah, it pissed me off. I remember right at the end, we finished recording the audio, and I look at the Audacity, and it says webcam mic or whatever, and I'm like, no. And he's like, "Did you lose the audio?" And I'm like, "No, worse, shitty audio."
No, I've done that too. That's happened to me too. Where like I've done with a video, and then it said like, "Oh yeah, you use your internal mic," and I'm like, "Fuck!" And I'm like, I'm not gonna record this again. I just like record like 50 minutes of audio. So then I like edit the video, and then all of a sudden I'll get like a tweet or something. Hey, why do you sound like you're yelling through a tunnel? I'm like, shit. I'm like,
disclaimer.
Yeah, my audio was so bad. I definitely had a disclaimer.
Yeah.
I try to like maybe they won't notice, but I'm like, wait, I'm gonna notice. I'm always talking to a microphone,
So some of my favorite podcasts / videos that we did early on, they're terrible, but we had Audacity crap out, and there was one we were trying to break down. It was like a UFC event.
Yeah, that's when we did everything.
Yeah,
we were talking
wrestling
about UFC,
event,
football.
Yeah, it was a podcast, and Audacity crapped out. So Matt, so we're like, oh fuck, we're gonna have to re-record this entire thing. So Matt's like, just follow along with me. He starts rambling off like all the fights, like this fight sucked. This person's a douche or whatever. And
this chick is a man.
Yeah, this chick's a man.
Man slammed this woman.
I died. It's terrible. And Audacity. There's another one. It's pretty early on too, where Audacity crapped out on us. And Matt starts out with fuck the MPAA, fuck Audacity, and fuck like something. I don't even remember.
WB, because I think that was our Ultimate Edition review.
Oh yeah,
because I was like, how is this really rated R? Like that was kind of a thing that got to me. Okay, there's some blood and there's a fuck. Okay, I guess if that really makes it R,
and there's some bat ass. What are you talking about? Yeah. Right? Is that
that makes it beautiful for all families and stuff
exactly,
like
that. Exactly. What are you talking about?
Seeing some Affleck ass is good for everyone. And yeah, so that's what and then Shane specifically, we recorded really early because I was flying to Mexico, I think, at that time. And Shane came over really early because that's when he used to come over to my house to record. Because we were on a budget and couldn't afford two mics.
Exactly.
And he came over really early and then something happened with Audacity and it shit out the first like 30 minutes, 45 minutes or something like that. So it starts off, we re-recorded it, and it starts off with me saying, yeah, fuck the MPA, fuck WB, and fuck Audacity because this thing just screwed us over. And I was so mad about that. Yeah, it's the good old days. Now we don't really, now we just have mic issues. But yeah, the Screen Crush video though was hilarious because one, at the very end, they say Ray Porter wasn't casted until just recently. Until recently. That was one. The mother box is in the middle of the dark side. Whatever picture that is there. He starts to say that's the Chaos Crystal, not the mother boxes. And and then
he gets mad about the spear that Uxas holds.
Yeah.
The weapon.
He gets mad about the spear because
like, why would Darkseid need a weapon? All right.
Yep, that shit. And then, the one that really got to me was that he does a little screen where it says spoiler warning, and it has a picture of a spoiler from a car. and this is Screen Crush, where they have 600,000 subscribers.
Right.
You know, this video at the time I think had like 60,000 views or something like that.
Right.
And he's like, spoiler warning, but I can't tell you where I got this information from. And so he's going to try to explain the ending of the movie.
Yeah, which was completely inaccurate.
And it was wrong. and I was like, wait. So one, he's trying to say he's got like this inside idea of what the end of the movie is. But what he says is that the League defeats Steppenwolf. Okay, fine. But Darkseid comes through a boom tube and rips Steppenwolf in half.
What?
And no one's calling him out in the comments either. It's just like, just taking it for
there was a couple people saying like, I think you got that a little bit wrong and stuff like that. But no one's like,
the mother boxes.
There was just no flat out like you're a fucking idiot, which was what it should have been said. Like that was the thing that like blew me away. I'm like, so unless Darkseid's ripping in half a headless corpse, I don't think that's gonna really happen. And it was just, I remember it was just so funny because he had that stupid spoiler warning and he's just like, I can't tell you where I got this information from, but spoiler warning about the ending of Justice League. And I'm just like, we were both just like, really? You don't know where it comes from?
I really wish I watched that. I mean, there's just some
It's 4 minutes. It's a little, it's not that taxing. Well, and it's fun. It's so bad. It's funny. It's one of those. It is one of those.
God, I might have to do like some kind of reaction or something like that. I saw when you guys really gave it to Scoopy Pants, which was pretty good. I mean, the way that he was saying like how he always would say that it was a pipe dream and he copped to it, but then you know, like you did the whole SpongeBob thing like 6 minutes later. Yeah, exactly. All of a sudden he's just like, hey, it's not the ratio, it's nothing. And it's just like, yeah. I mean, this guy like. It's funny when it comes, and I've even said it many times before. I'm like, these guys, yeah, they might have somebody at Warner Brothers, but that's an old source. That's a source that, like I said, didn't want the fucking thing to come out. They totally were against the whole thing. This is Warner Media and AT&T. They're 100% behind it. You need to get some new sources, buddy. You know, but we're gonna invite our first little person to the panel, Mr. Scott McClellan. What's going on?
Hi, Matt. Shane, I think this is the first time meeting you.
I think so. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Dave, this is for you, by the way.
Oh no! I'm not going to promote you then. I could kick you out.
You're coming on my show tomorrow night. What are you talking about?
Yeah, I'm thinking twice about it with your pineapple pizza breath. I don't know if I want to now. Yeah, Mr. Steven Colbert. Hey, look at that.
Oh, shit.
Hey, what's up?
Nice.
Apparently, he's got these lantern going on in the background.
Oh, shit. And brightest day and darkest night.
Yeah, actually, I don't know what's up with that. Let me fix that.
Well, that's good.
I thought that was cool.
Yeah,
I thought it was on purpose.
Better than my lighting. Only
we digging it.
Yeah, I got a shitty lamp over here, like against the wall, trying to get the right lighting. This guy's got this awesome green, like hippie lighting here, and he doesn't use it.
I know. What the heck, man? It's. I take it that's where he sleeps when he pisses off his wife. I don't know.
Oh, did he hear that?
Yeah. What are you drinking? You're drinking Jim Beam? Is it just straight? What? Not the honey, is it? Okay.
Oh, what a coincidence. That's what's in this one.
I don't know. I got like I was at the liquor store and I almost got they had like Eagle Rare, which I really like, but it was like $40 for a fifth, and I was like gonna get that, and then I was like, but I could also just spend $20 and get just as drunk,
dude. It's true. So, always go for the bigger bottle. That's what that's my motto, my mantra.
That sounds science right there. Less is more.
Scott, you're getting a little classy. I saw the image that you posted. What are you drinking there, sir?
I am drinking an Ardbeg single malt scotch.
Look at this guy.
Wow, that is classy.
Yeah, man. As I'm swirling around my Smirnoff vodka in my glass. Boozy on it. Yeah.
Here's the look at that. Do a little. Beautiful. Yeah, there we go.
Beautiful. Wow. Jeez.
I can't even say anything on that bottle. That's how great that shit
is. That's very bad. So welcome, guys. Thank you for joining. So well, I guess we could talk about Mr. Ray Fisher. I mean, you guys, Shane and Matt, what were your thoughts when it came to all the stuff that he talked about last week? Go ahead,
Matt.
I always seem to take over sometimes, and I try to let you go. And then
I feel like I take over sometimes. Yep. And then we look like two dipshits. Yeah. Oh, who's going?
The top and the bottom is. Okay.
And that's why we stay to audio, no visual. Anyway. Yeah, no, I mean, the thing with Ray Fisher was that, like, I don't know. I guess I'm more like trying to figure out the detractors, the people that say he's just saying this, and just not that it confuses me, because I don't want to seem too blind to it all, because of course there's always going to be issues. It's Hollywood. There's nothing that's really that I mean, I don't think Hollywood should really surprise people anymore with some of its antics anyway.
Nope.
But at the same time, it's just like this guy comes out with a genuine grief, and it's not so simple as a booyah or as somebody, what was it, John Berg said, because that's what he's mad about, saying booyah. It's not something so simple as that. It's not so simple as maybe Whedon making fun of Snyder around the cast as well. It's more than that. There's a lot that happens that a guy like that is going to start speaking out, because one, he has no film credits, as he stated multiple times. So it's not like he doesn't have prospects. Well, maybe Snyder's got him, giving him some prospects.
I hope
but the prospects aren't too on the horizon for him on certain things that we know of right now, anyway. And so it's just kind of odd to me that, like, people think that he's just trying to, I don't know. I guess people take advantage of things sometimes, and of course the cancel culture thing is ridiculous, and people always are trying to use social media to attack people. Hold on, Colbert.
See, you need him on here every week.
I'm almost out of breath. Just give me a moment here. And then, so it's just kind of an odd thing to me that people are so, I don't know. Some of the people, like, he's making things up. He doesn't really care. I don't know. It's just hard to believe. But I feel for the guy. I feel like he had a genuine reaction to how he was treated between producers and obviously the new director on board. Compared, when you especially see that, when you read that Black Capes article, when he talks about how well Snyder and Terrio treated him and gave him a seat at the table and treated him as an equal to even someone like Ben Affleck. There wasn't some hierarchy or something like that. They actually treated him like human beings, which is a crazy concept, apparently. Yeah. And, so it's telling that if you go from that as your first film experience to now dealing with Whedon, who's probably very old Hollywood, and a lot of other people that just want shit done because they're in a rush. Yeah, it becomes, I can see how it becomes a super toxic nature and why he wants to speak out about it.
Yeah, I felt, given his scenario and, where he's at within Hollywood and in his career, he obviously felt the need to come out and talk about Whedon's professionalism on set. And like Matt pointed out, it's not just these couple things. I'm sure those didn't help the situation at all, talking about Snyder on set or whatever some of the rumors were, and then saying booyah. But it seemed like he obviously had a specific reason that he wanted to come out. He wanted to have certain comments that he addressed, and there were certain things that he could only say with the NDA, which he's also talked about at all, or as well. And he just wanted to put something out there, kind of let some people know really what went on behind the scenes. And, and obviously with giving, again, his current standing in Hollywood and his career, he felt that it was necessary. And so I think it's a little bit more than what people are making it seem to be. But yeah, maybe the timing with the cancel culture and stuff like that is a little off. But I don't know. People like to downplay certain things if it doesn't fit their narrative. So.
Yeah, and I specifically like too that the TV show. Oh, whoa, what were you gonna say? Did I cut you off?
No. Oh. I just thought I could just see Colbert just biting everything right there. I was gonna give him the big old go for it.
Yeah.
And then you kind of jumped in, so I just had to go.
Well, I was just gonna mention how I forgot his name, the guy who plays Cyborg on Doom Patrol, how he tweeted out booyah, but and some people are like, hey, was that like a little jab at what happened? But then Ray Fisher was totally like just like 100% just a decent human being about it, retweeted and said, hey, it's all about two freaking cyborgs, guys. Don't even, anybody who is like giving this guy shit, unfollow me right now. And I absolutely love that. What were you going to say, Steven?
Well, I think following up on what you just said there, it's good you, Dave. Well, both of you, but what Dave just said, I think it's a good thing you made me wait until he was done, because he's owning the narrative is what's really fascinating about that situation. So like, for example, the whole Booyah thing, I found you brought up the Black Capes article, and I thought that was a really fascinating read. And the fact that he made sure that got out before, like tactically speaking, like from a communication rhetoric tactics. What's up, Scott? The two.
I'm saying it's brought up twice.
Right.
2 different parts in that second half of the interview, because it was published in part 1 and part 2.
Yeah.
He mentions the catchphrase throwing black guy like in the first chunk of a quote, and then it shows up again in the last chunk. So that was really interesting that came out. Because he releases I like to retract the statement on Monday. Part 2 of the interview lands on Tuesday, and then his tweet about gross, unprofessional, and all of that happens on Wednesday. The timing was just perfect.
Well, and as both a communicator and I competed in debate for a long time, and I don't know if this was intentional.
Great. Anything else you want to throw out there?
I made a great burger earlier tonight.
Oh man,
my brother turned me on. You can buy the mac and cheese powder in tubs.
Not a hot dog? Wow.
No, it's like that mac and cheese powder, like that comes with like the Easy Mac. You can buy that in like tubs, but like much higher quality instead of that. So I use some of that to make a great sauce with like some bacon and some jalapenos all diced up in there, and then I put that on the burger.
So that sounds good.
I also have a podcast
pizza that Scott would
no, but so to me, when I'm looking at what he's saying, I think the part that we've like broken down, like over and over, like the part that we've broken down over and over and over is just how specific and methodical he was with his wording. It's abusive, gross, unprofessional, etc. But also the fact that like he put this information out there before he said it. And so like the debater in me is looking at that, and I see that he's got all of like the responses are already spiked.
Yeah.
So he doesn't have to respond to Berg, because he trapped Berg. Berg walked, like, I don't know if that was his intention or not, but it might as well have been, because he put out the statement and lured, like, I think maybe Johns and Whedon were smart enough to like, I assume Johns probably had something to do with that deadline scoop about Momoa Frosty the Snowman.
Oh yeah, that was like weird.
And then Whedon said no comment.
Yeah.
And
not really a scoop about Frosty the Snowman. Like, is that really that?
Had a ton of respect for John Berg, mostly just because he's not a name really. Like, he helped produce Elf and some other stuff, and Elf is good, but he walked right into that. It was like the dumbest blunder ever. Not only did he not like read the room, but also he didn't do his due diligence to notice that like Ray the day before had said, I wasn't going to be a catchphrase spewing black guy. And then his first foot into the conversation, just like full speed.
Yeah, I was like,
he didn't want to say booyah. And it's like, whoa, dude, you just,
like,
and maybe walked into that,
and maybe that wasn't Ray's intent. Like, he's just speaking his truth. And so who's to say if he's like being all conniving and strategic here? But man, he set a trap, and Berg stepped right into it. And as far as I'm concerned, like, if this is a poker game, Berg's folded. Like, he's like, he's out. Like, that's all. He played his cards, and he's got nothing.
After reading John Berg's comments, I was like, why even say anything? What did that even prove? Like, that was it. You should have just kept.
He was trying to trivialize it. He was sort of like, he just wouldn't say booyah, so that's why he's all angry.
And the way
so ridiculous.
I was to say the way he phrased it too, he was like, he didn't say booyah, which is a well-known line from the character in the comics, and it's like he's trying to like turn
comics from the animated
series.
That's the thing. That's the thing that blew me away, was the animated series. Meaning, like, you don't even understand the comics. Like you knew it. You just from the cartoon, from Teen Titans Go, maybe from the older Teen Titans. Like that was your basis behind him saying booyah, because it was said in a kid's cartoon.
Right. Well, and in an official
Ray Fisher
statement, why would you include that as like he had an issue with saying the word booyah, which is a well-known line. Like, everybody knows it's a well-known line, but it just felt so much like he was fishing for the like diminish like oh, of course he's gonna say booyah in the movie. Everyone expected him to say booyah, like trying to turn the fans against him. And then I'm not going to say Jovi and Wade that was the intent behind him saying that. I kind of think he probably doesn't know what was going on. I don't think that like Jeff Johns was like, you should tweet the word booyah or whatever.
Oh God.
But just because of the part that it plays in the narrative, I'm so proud of Ray to then like step right up to that and be like, no, this is still my narrative. You're not going to turn Jovian against me. You're not going to use this against me. This is about me. This is not about anybody else here.
Well, it's also the fact that it's like people had like this short memory that like just the week prior, Jovian had used the Doom Patrol Twitter account to praise Ray.
Right.
I mean, it was just the week before. I remembered that. So when I saw Jovian's tweet, I just thought,
that's nothing.
That's nothing. And then I saw the backlash starting to build up, and I was just like,
it's terrible.
Well,
I was like, guys,
the same
last
way
week, remember that tweet from the Doom Patrol? No, apparently not. Okay.
Well, and it's because in the same way that Berg doesn't know how to read the room, lots of Snyder fans don't know how to read. Like, they have no concept of PR. And so it's like,
the dogpiling,
your people's impression of Zack Snyder, because he's like not out.
I take offense to that, by the way.
He's not because Snyder's not as active like on social media, and he mostly interacts with his fans on Vero and not like on Twitter. He's not doing interviews all the time. What people think about him as a person, as a filmmaker, whatever, is largely derived by the way his fans behave. And so when someone is like, oh, I don't like a Zack Snyder movie, and then suddenly you've got dozens or hundreds of Zack Snyder fans like calling you names and insulting.
How many again, Stephen?
Careful.
Doesn't.
Upgraded to 41.
two and a third dozen. No, three and a third dozen. But they and then like they wonder why people think Snyder fans are toxic, and it's because that's because their exposure to them says that. And then B, they wonder why people don't have respect for Snyder, and it's like, well, because you're encouraging the disrespect by behaving that way. It's like you see the reaction to Jovi and Wade, and it's like in the same way that Berg like ran full force into that terrible statement after Ray had already set it up with his interview. Snyder fans are like doing the same thing, and it's ironic because then Ray is like, if you have anything wrong with Jovian, like take it up with me or unfollow me, and it's like, well, there you go, like good job, guys.
I know. I'm totally glad that he did that, and well, we got a couple more people coming in. Got Mr. Hot Dog himself.
Hey.
Hide your kids, hide your wives. We got Mr. John Garza in here too. We got 7 people.
Dude,
thing for the first time ever. Holy
shit. Did I just hear somebody say something about controlling narratives? Because that's why I got on.
Garza, I can't hear you. Your internet isn't
before this starts. So
your internet isn't holding up, Garza. What was that? Can you say it again?
Who is that? Did you guys say Garza? There's just maybe it's a grease smudge. No,
I don't really see anybody.
Matt, I wouldn't talk because you were like on a phone.
That's not internet. No,
that was our best video.
That was.
I was in Mount Shasta.
Y'all did a video with somebody holding a phone, and that was the other person. Okay, of course he was holding it. He was like literally. Okay, I mean,
I didn't need to. Right? It was right here. My mic's right here.
Oh, I apologize.
So there.
My fault. You got me. I'm sorry,
Fuck it, Garza. Fuck it.
Sorry.
Hey, Matt, what's your favorite Spider-Man?
Why are you gonna bring up that?
The Japanese one, God damn it, where he uses a machine gun.
Jesus Christ. Oh man, I still remember how pissed off Matt was in line. I mean, anytime it got brought up, he literally had to like crouch down, like crouch down. It was just like, ugh. So pissed off when that happened.
I almost threw my hat and everything. Yes, thank you for reminding me.
Yes,
Dave. Constantly keep reminding me.
It was a good
Next, you're going to bring up your damn chin comment where you made Snyder laugh. Yeah,
I know. I got that great picture. All right, damn it.
And you even crop yourself out in one of your.
No,
tweets.
I did not.
Yeah, you did. In one of your own tweets, you showed Snyder with your little hand just still there. You cropped yourself.
Somebody else was sharing it as
I just used that against other people. Yeah, but it's funny how like that was always circulating. I'm like, that's my fucking hand right there.
You have the original picture though, but you're using the cropped one.
I know I shouldn't, but it's just I always use this. Anyways, let's not talk about that, okay? Mr. Chris Wong Swenson, how's it going, man?
That head is getting
Oh,
shinier.
I look forward to Vodka Stream every week.
It's always a good time, always a party on the Vodka Stream. But how was your week, Ben? How's everything going? I mean, I know you're a defender of pineapple pizza. I'll forgive you. It's okay.
Hell yeah, man! Pineapple pizza all the way. Pineapple on
hot dogs, and pineapple burgers.
Pineapple burger. Carry a burger with pineapple slice in it.
Yes. For some reason, like during my live shows this week, Nate over in Twitch, like he would always send me pictures of your pineapple food to me when I was like reading off tweets. I'm like, seriously, you and that man. Stop ruining your food.
Yeah. It's good stuff, man. Yeah.
About that.
Yeah.
Hey, so can we talk about that? I mean, randomness of an announcement of HBO Max coming out with a Batman.
Let's we can talk about that. How do you guys feel about that?
I am so. I have hopes. I have hopes for it because I really wanted to be what I thought Gotham was going to be.
Yeah.
As I say, I was really excited for Gotham, and it got me to read Greg Rucka's Gotham Central. Who did GCPD?
Greg Rucka and Ed Brubaker did Gotham Central. Yeah.
Right. But who did GCPD? Was that?
I haven't read that, so I'm not familiar with that one. I only know Gotham Central.
I'll have to look it up. But I read both of those in the lead up to Gotham and Year One. I was like, these are like the perfect source. Like, do the Year One Gordon with like some Gotham Central and some.
So does this take place during the Batman movie, or did they say anything more? I didn't get time to read any of it.
The official press release didn't have any of those details. No. I didn't read the Variety or the THR article yet, but the press release itself from Warner Media gave none of that.
It's like they're just trying to ride the high because they've been basically. I don't know if it's just because of what the circles that we roll in, but I feel like there's been almost no Marvel news at all. Like nothing about Black Widow, nothing about what's going on, and DC has just controlled all of it lately. And it just feels like they're like, well, okay, it's kind of slowing down. Let's just fucking throw that against the wall and like fucking like that. And then Matt Reeves is doing or whatever's going on. Matt Reeves is Batman.
Yeah, why now and not DC fandom though? That's kind of interesting.
But I think it goes back to what Matt said. It's control. Or Garza too. It's controlling the narrative. It's like I mean, it's like Warner Media. Oh, trust me, I have finger problem. I have pointing problems all during these things.
Everything is reversed.
But I know about your personal life. It's fine.
It leans to the left.
Oh man! But the deal is that it's just like if every week it's like Warner Media or AT&T is dropping something, because every time that Tim and I think, oh, we've got a couple of shows in the can that we can just like drop on a slow week, we haven't had a slow week in a month because Warner Media is keeping it alive. And Matt, you're right, because Marvel's got nothing. I said it as PG as I could on. There it goes again. I said as PG as I could on Chris's show that Marvel shot its wad. It announced Phase 4.
That's it.
And that's it.
Well, I mean, the only news that I saw that they had was like, oh, guess what? Florence Pugh is going to be the new Black Widow after.
Which was a spoiler, too.
Yeah, I know. It's like they had to go that far and be like, hey, guys, remember this Black Widow movie? Well, guess what? You know, Florence Pugh, you guys like her, right? Well, okay, she's going to be the new Black Widow. And then nobody was kind of like, even I put it on the end of one of my shows. I was like, well, there you go. I'm okay with that because Scarlett had her time and I like Florence Pugh. There you go. Cool.
You know what's crazy is that Warner Brothers and Warner Max have so much fucking news that they can actually be at war with one another. Because if you look at what Warner Brothers is announcing with Michael Keaton and I don't know what else. Jason Momoa being in Snowman.
Yeah,
that's like news. What they have.
Don't downplay
that's all they have. Warner Brothers. And then you look at Warner Max. I mean, they not only did they start off with the Justice League of Zack Snyder's, but now all of a sudden they're able to announce something that's off of Warner Brothers films. They're saying that's basically them saying, we got big dick energy. Like Warner Brothers may be having that movie as a film, but we're take it away from you because we're going to have it as series now. So
right. And with Matt Reeves as executive producer and the guy who and the guy who ran Boardwalk Empire.
Yeah.
I mean,
like, dude, that's a big deal.
Great. I mean, I'm like, as soon as I saw that the guy from Boardwalk Empire was involved, I went, whoa, sold, because I loved that show.
Well, I actually think they're going to probably make it. So I've been saying it, but kind of as a joke, that I feel like Reeves might have had the balls to make an R-rated type version of Batman.
I hope so.
And it wouldn't be R-rated for anything other than just the violence, right? But if they got this guy from Boardwalk Empire to make a show about Gotham and its inner city workings, you fucking guarantee that show is going to be an adult content fucking show.
It doesn't have to cater to kids type show. You're right.
Yeah,
I mean, HBO doesn't do anything else. I mean, look at the Perry Mason show they're doing right now. From episode 1, I was like, okay,
I love the Perry Mason show.
Oh, it's a great show.
Great
but once
show.
again, it's like it's on HBO, and Garz is right. It's going to be R-rated because that's almost become HBO's flavor.
Yeah. Well, and all these movies are also like R-rated kind of by default, just by nature of the amount of violence and stuff in them, and they fix it into PG-13 in editing. Like, look at the difference between like BVS Ultimate. Like that's
we were kind of talking about that.
Like you've got an F-bomb and which is allowed
a little bit of blood,
man ass,
and then
literally blood. Yeah,
I never remember what movie it is, and I need to remember it because it's one of my favorite anecdotes. But like the MPAA has a rule that's like a kick to the head or something like that will push it into an R rating, and so that's why you look at, and this is what like Zack Snyder said about Watchmen, and like when people criticize the violence, he's like, I think it's wrong to make the violence suitable for kids, and that means cutting away from the impact. That means implying violence off screen. So like you look at that alley fight in Watchmen, that could have easily been a PG-13 movie. You just don't show the arm being broken. You pan the camera away and you hear the snap. You know,
same thing with Wolverine and Logan. I mean, same thing.
Yeah. Well, and actually, we just recorded for our Patreon show. We talked about even something like Elektra. Like there was that director's cut where they literally cut out a frame of the size sticking out of a guy, or the guy you actually see not even blood, but just the head gets sliced off, and it's just like a silhouette of a head, like do that, and they cut something as minuscule as that for a PG-13 rating.
Yeah, it's a second of the movie. It's like the runtime is like seconds difference, and sometimes it's one thing, and sometimes it's just a second here, a second there, a second there, and like people don't even know what the difference is, but it's just.
And this always brings me back to the Thomas Jane Punisher movie. If you watch that movie, until you get to that final act, that movie could have been PG-13, 100%. But then all of a sudden, the final act, he just starts fucking guys up like a knife through like the.
What is that?
It's Garza.
He's
making a drink. He's not on camera.
He's blending a drink.
Can you mix him, or can you mute him from where you are?
You can leave him on mute for the rest of the night. He won't notice.
Wait, what if he's just all going like off the kilter?
No, but when I think about that Thomas Jane Punisher movie,
you're the best. I can fucking hear y'all still. Making a drink. Sorry.
Yeah, Shane, why'd you say those mean things about Garza?
That was all Swenson. No, but like when it came to that movie, I mean, it just like when you watch that movie all the way through until that final act, I mean, the violence probably could have passed. Maybe like the Russian fight could have been tweaked a little bit because that gets a little brutal, but but right when it gets to that final act and he's like just totally I mean, you see a knife going through someone's mouth. I mean, it gets pretty bad. I kind of wonder like what were they thinking with that movie when it came to like, okay, hey, we're gonna try to keep it tampered down a little bit. Then at the end they were like, you know what, fuck it, just start really just fucking people up.
Well, even like Spawn, the Spawn movie from 1998.
Yes.
Like, has anybody actually seen the theatrical version? Because you've actually seen the theatrical.
I saw it because I saw it in the theater.
Oh, you did see it in theater?
I went to the theater to watch it, and then I just recently watched the R-rated cut of it, which does that thing where it's not extended by extra scenes, it's alternate takes that make it more violent.
Every time we bring up like R versus PG-13 and stuff like that, I usually bring up that Spawn movie, and people are like, "What are you talking about? Spawn's rated R," because they've only ever seen what was released like by the director on DVD. Like that's the only thing that exists outside of the theaters was the R version. They decided to go back to it's like the director's cut. It's what's on HBO. It's what they show. I was like, I've seen the theatrical cut once. And I barely remember it. I can't even tell you that there was alternate takes because I only remember now the R-rated version. And it's hard to believe that movie is even R-rated because they didn't want to show a lot of things in that one. Like when the chick that took over that burns him and stuff like that, when he shoots her, like they don't even want to show her getting shot. I mean, they do so many things in that movie. That movie got so butchered by the MPA. It's not even funny.
Well, and that's what I'm saying. Like if HBO Max is going to be having this Gotham, I mean, if it's going to be a corrupt business or, following all this corrupt shit, I mean, there's going to be some bad shit going on in Gotham. Yeah. Now, what makes this more interesting than just being a tie-in series, right, is that this is in continuum with Matt Reeves' Batman. So what I was thinking was, and I don't know if this will happen, but if Matt Reeves is involved, right, he would know what villains he plans on having for his second or possibly third film. Well, if he wanted to just have a little bit of fun and actually build some kind of layers or backstories of those secondary villains that he's going to bring in, you could eventually be watching him on the show and then see him get brought up into live action. Does that make sense?
In the press release that I got from, I think it was from DC Entertainment to my email, there was actually like a quote from Matt Reeves that's states something along the lines of the series allows you to delve into the characters a little bit more and establish them. I'm not sure if that was in any of the other versions it was in the
press.
Oh, good.
Okay, yeah. So that was the only one that I read. But my initial reaction was they must have a lot of faith in Matt Reeves and his Batman because it's not even established yet. People don't know that it's just initial reactions, and they're like, you know what, we're going to do a series based off of that.
Yeah. And it hasn't even come out.
Yeah, exactly. So they obviously have a lot of faith in him. He's
only like 25% of the movie was filmed,
they obviously have a great working relationship, and they being AT&T or whatever. But that was my initial reaction of like, man, he did something, and he's talking to the right people, and they wanted to establish like, okay, he left an impression on them. We're going to have a series based on this, and I'm kind of on the fence with I like Matt Reeves, but I'm kind of on the fence with his Batman. But my hopes for the show itself is that they stick to like more of a cop show. Because I think where Gotham started to fall off is, and the same thing with Krypton or any other show that tries to incorporate the universe without incorporating like a Batman or something like that. Is they start to falter and get a little bit too more of like, oh crap. We're not gaining the viewers that we want or whatever it is. We're not gaining the traction. Now we need to throw in Joker, or we need to throw in, these different people instead of maybe loosely establishing the characters and then kind of building from there.
Right. Well, what I was thinking of was like the most random type, not random, but I just mean like building a Harvey Dent into Two-Face into the show to where, okay, we get Two-Face in the movie. We already know everything.
Right, but establishing him like just surface level, not as soon as you establish Two-Face in the show, then to me that you're trying to beg, you're begging for viewers of like, we're not.
Oh, no. I mean like that part you wouldn't see him become Two-Face until literally that moment.
Exactly.
Boom, he's in the movie.
Like Riddler DA in the show. And then you bring him into the movie as still the DA, but like if you want more backstory about what he's like in court.
Yeah. Well, it reminds me of what the animated series did, where Harvey Dent showed up for like 3 or 4 episodes, and then they had Harvey Dent before the two-parter.
Oh, so good.
Turned him into Two-Face.
But I mean, imagine looking at I forgot his name. Like actual name, I think it's like Victor or something like that, but Mr. Freeze, right?
Oh yeah,
Victor Freeze, yeah.
Victor Freeze.
Victor Freeze. I mean,
damn, you almost had him.
Imagine, I know. Imagine, I know.
Arnold Schwarzenegger didn't leave an impression on you, huh?
But I mean, but imagine like seeing that kind of like a backstory with some kind of realism, and then we get to the Mr. Freeze in the movie. You know what I mean? Like it just it would just have it more of a believable thing than rather, like I think I don't know if you guys were just talking about it with, like all of a sudden Bane and Catwoman show up in the third Christopher Nolan Batman. You're just like, okay, well, I know we skipped 8 years and now we got that instead of Riddler, but And at least what would happen in those 8 years? You know what I mean?
It's kind of funny. We got like all the for a while they were doing prequel comics to certain movies or comic movies. Would it be a cool concept if they started prequel TV shows to these movies and stuff like that?
The tie-in. You know,
nice guys.
That was our hope with Krypton. Is that Matt and I were talking about, like, man, if they stay away from Superman completely and establish just Krypton itself, that could be a really cool show. And that just went off the rails.
Well, the problem was that's what the show was supposed to be.
Yeah,
that when Goyer was actually planning that show, because remember that thing got announced and then a year later came out, and you can just see the fingerprint. Like, you can see the
whose fingerprints, Scott?
John's fingerprint. I'm sorry, a Detroit Tigers baseball cap on Adam Strange. The Christopher Reeve cape. Is the one that does like the
score.
I remember that.
There's only one score, so
I bet Goyer was fucking pissed. I bet he was like, you know what? Fuck you guys, dude. I'm out.
I'm sure he was.
That's why he's doing that Apple show.
Which is funny because then you get to the second season and you could almost feel like the second season was like, go that away. Okay, we're gonna because they got away from that, and like season 2 feels like all that Superman crap from season 1. They just ignored it, and season 2 became more like the show that they probably had wanted it to be in the first place.
Well, and that's
I
why
didn't even last that long.
That's why it
really was a good show. It really was good.
Well, I get what Aaron is saying and appreciate that to an extent. I also kind of push back against the going with too many known characters, because that's really what turned me off on Gotham pretty quickly. Is that they started with the teasing Batman and teasing villains, and I think at one point they were like, "Oh, we're just gonna have Joker Easter eggs every once in a while." And I'm like, that's all well and good. Yeah. But the problem is everyone freaks out when you start doing that. And then they're like, who's Joker? We're going to find, and then you have to kind of pay off on this stuff. Right. And then eventually and then you've got all these main villains in there. Well, and if you got the main villains, then you've got to get Batman. And then eventually it snowballed into the whole show being about bringing in little Batman.
But see, this is the first time. This is the first time we've ever had any kind of director being directly involved with something extending it, right? I mean, this is Matt Reeves saying. This is Matt Reeves going, "Hey, I've talked to him. I've talked to him about the story. I know where I want to go."
Does producer really mean anything though in this? Does it really mean anything though in this?
I mean, he's a part of the collaboration. Yeah, he's part of the collaboration with the film or with the series.
Yeah, I'm sure it has something.
But if you're gonna know what's happening.
I would feel like it's about that. It would be analogous to when Snyder was a producer on the Tales from the Black Freighter animated sequences that were released as its own separate movie that you could watch before you saw the movie in theater, before the home video people decided to do the ultimate cut and actually splice those sequences into the movie where they would have been in the graphic novel. I think that's where that kind of producer credit allows for that kind of collaboration.
I think it's going to be, and I know this is going to sound crazy, so I don't mean it this way, but I think it's going to be kind of, and this is shitty to say, with how Suicide Squad was literally, it felt like influence. Like you look at that first trailer, if we were to get his real film, that felt like a film that was in Zach's world. And Zach was just a producer.
Yeah,
I think it's because it literally would have felt like you were just plucked into a different world, a different director, but same setting. And that's what I think this series is going to do. It's going to be like a Matt Reeves film, just not. You know what I mean?
Well, usually when a director like that is a producer on a show, usually what that ends up being is that it feels like them, but it's not them. So you look at Fincher with Mindhunter, or you look at I don't know. I'm out of options, but there's dozens of them. Where,
but we haven't had anything like that on HBO Max, though. That's the difference. I think.
Well, but we haven't had anything on HBO Max yet, other than
except Doom Patrol. I just started watching second season. That says Max series and everything.
Yeah, but I mean that was originally in development for DC Universe. But if you look at the cast of characters in the Gotham Central comics, what I really, really enjoyed about reading those is that just like if you're reading other Batman comics, it takes place I always loved in the James Gunn's movie Super how they talk about what happens between the panels.
Yeah.
And that's really what Gotham Central was. And it was meaty story that was cool, but it was like they'd show like Gordon wasn't even a huge character, if I remember correctly.
No, he wasn't even the commissioner because it was post No Man's Land.
Right.
The only notable like character was Montoya in those books,
right? And Crispin Allen, I think.
And so like they'd show up at a crime scene and like Batman and like you'd see Batman and Robin's capes leaving, and then it's like this is what happens when the comic follows Batman and Robin. Here's what Crispin Allen and Renee Montoya do on the crime scene. The stuff that's like not important to a Batman story, but like still pretty good drama.
Well, so I mean, it's almost like didn't they try to do a show where like they have the insurance company that handles?
Well, that's what Powerless was.
Powerless.
It was supposed to be an insurance.
Vanessa Hudgens.
Well, because it was supposed to be an insurance company, then the production or something that involved, and then it became like Wayne Tech. When the insurance
was pretty funny though.
Well, I personally would have liked to have seen the insurance version.
Me too. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it sufficiently.
I enjoyed it for what it was, and Vanessa Hudgens for sure.
Oh, wow.
My wife's not watching this, but
everything. Yeah,
she'll watch it later.
No, but yeah, I mean, yeah, you got to wonder: is it going to take little beats from that? Is it going to be like in between stuff that happens in Matt Reeves' movies? Like we know that he wants to do something when it comes to like a trilogy. Is this show going to be like fill in like the little gaps or something like that? Is Jeffrey Wright going to be a part of it? That's what I wonder.
You know, one thing that I think is cool is because there's so many Hush rumors around Reeves' Batman. Could it delve into more aspects of Hush and how the police are following what he's doing and stuff like that? I mean, damn, I don't know. I would love, and we brought this up on an episode a long time ago. I would love if Hush is a trilogy-based villain. Like he goes through the whole thing in the background, maybe orchestrating certain things against Pattinson and stuff like that. We've talked about that. I would like him to be the Vader anyway, basically the Vader of the trilogy. That villain that's there, but you know, or maybe even more background. Like we don't quite know that he's there, but we see him every once in a while. But that's not who Pattinson's going up against. He's either going up against the Riddler, Penguin, whatever at that time. And if this TV show can dive into some of those other aspects of it as well, some of the crime that he's producing outside of what's affecting Pattinson, I think that would be really cool.
What about Night Owls too? I mean, the Court of Owls too.
The Court of Owls.
Yeah, I was like Night Owl. That's different.
Yeah, I know.
No, I know you're saying. No, yeah, the Court of Owls. I mean, they're like in the background through like the whole thing, and then like the third movie, they make themselves. Yeah, known.
Well, and Matt, to your point, like I feel like doing something like that with Tommy Elliott would be a lot more effective than. I mean, I don't have like this gushing love for the Hush book that other people do because when you read it, it's so obvious who Tommy Elliott is.
Yeah.
Like, because.
Did you see the animated?
Animated.
I don't.
Anime is worse.
I enjoy the animated movie.
Did you really?
Yeah, I did. But once again, because Hush, I don't have that preciousness for the Hush book like other people do. But. What my biggest thing with Hush was, Tommy Elliott, a brand new character shows up, and then this brand new villain shows up, and it was like, I wonder who Hush is. Yeah. But if you could do something like what Matt's talking about, where it's the long game, and it would be a little bit more of a development for the general audience to go, he's Hush?
Yeah. All right, before we continue on here, Shane, you have an out. You got a newborn and stuff. So.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
But before you say goodbye, we're gonna say hello to Ben. And now we have. Look at how many people we have.
What's going on? Wait, screen cap this real quick before I leave.
I can hear you guys.
Plug yourself because we haven't really done the plugging. I'm actually pretty proud of you, Steven. You haven't.
There's too many people.
There's not enough Batman versus Superman minute.
Moderator. Shut up.
No, but Shane, thank you for joining, and hopefully you'll join in future streams. And I appreciate it, man.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, thank you guys. Really appreciate it. Dave, thanks for having me on, and Matt as well. We're Comic Movie Marks, so go ahead and Follow us. We're everywhere. Comic Book Marks.
I like how the internet shits out.
You guys not leaving because I got here.
No, I was sitting for a second. I'm like, please tell me my internet didn't just crap out.
Like frozen.
Damn kids playing Fortnite. I'm gonna go beat some. Just kidding. I don't
Yeah.
want my kids.
Oh, we did.
Oh,
Yeah.
All right.
So,
Thanks.
all right. Thank you guys very much. Appreciate it.
All right.
Jane.
All right. Well, welcome, Mr. Everts.
Thank you.
Yeah. Now, you are
He's
now
the guy at the bottom.
You are now the butt bone of this whole thing, and now Swenson is right in the middle. He's in the middle.
He's
Oh
the-
man.
He's the bottom.
He looks like he has both arms. He looks like he has both arms extending.
Dude, and you know what? When I set up the thumbnail, I did not realize when I put the little decals of my head in the comic movies, I was gonna make one of Ray's left arm look like Elastic Man right there.
Yeah, I'm looking at that. I was like, that was odd.
Yeah, I've been looking at that this whole night. I'm like, shit. And then
What?
you know, like, how did I do that? Like, okay, but it's all right. We got to get like another person in here to block it. But
You
anyway,
have to cover that up.
I know.
Oh, yeah. There's
I know.
just
I was
hands.
like, damn. I was like,
It's
cool.
like
I got
embracing.
He's like,
It
"Oh,
looks like
shit."
it's me. It could be me.
now we're back. But,
Our logo deformed Ray Fisher.
yeah, I know.
I know.
Anyways, welcome,
hilarious.
Ben. How you doing?
Thank you for having me, buddy.
No problem.
I've been pre-gaming since like 6 o'clock, so I'm so
Golly, dude.
Yeah.
He's gonna barely be able to say his words pretty soon.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
He barely says the word sober.
He's
I
drinking
barely,
water.
I barely say my words when I'm, you know,
Boy.
when I'm
Oh,
good.
boy.
Imagine now.
What I love is the fact is that I got Dave's cartoon head in my glass. It's like drink up, Dave. Drink up, Dave.
How did you taste?
Oh shit!
That's really funny.
So how many shows are now on HBO Max that are DC, right? We got Jail, Dark,
Everything.
We got Zack Snyder's Justice League. Now this Gotham show.
Yeah.
And technically, Doom Patrol is
Doom Patrol has movie
Patrol, yeah.
Yeah.
And technically, there's the Green Lantern,
Soprano?
right? That's
Yeah, Green Lantern.
Oh, Green Lantern. That's true.
pre-production. And I don't know if I saw this somewhere or somebody was just making this up, but they're wanting to have like 10 episodes of DC stuff. Is that correct?
I thought they said
Am I
10
just-
movies.
10 movies. 8 to 10 movies.
Oh, is it 10 movies?
I don't know if they ever
Yeah.
said how many shows they want,
Okay.
but they said
Because I'm curious, like how that would like, you
Well, I
can
don't think
only
it
have a
was
show.
DC movies. Was it just 8 to 10 original movies?
Yeah, it was
or
just
was it
original
DC?
movies.
It wasn't DC specific, but there could be DC in it.
But DC's the most popular brand they have, so
That's true.
Right, exactly. Which is why we're
Yeah.
kind of all sounding the death knell for DC Universe because AT&T is like,
Oh,
yes, we
absolutely.
want that property,
Yeah.
but we want that material on HBO Max. And of
Yeah.
course, I'm just hoping that DC Universe sticks around for the streaming comics library, but basically become the DC version of Marvel Unlimited.
well, what's
That's-
that's
my
my
hope.
in the comics?
Was there
over?
DC comics over at HBO Max now? What was those things they announced where they had some comic books?
Oh, no, those were they turned HBO Max into a superhero and made comic books about.
And they were terrible. They were awful.
Well,
And they were
I didn't read it.
I read them.
all I was
Was
saying
it just a maybe a
you're telling, me,
test?
you're telling me that the Super Max or the Super HBO Max
Yeah.
character was not a compelling comic book?
No, it felt like those Kool-Aid or like remember those product
Kool-Aid.
comics from the 90s where it was like the Kool-Aid guy, like it would be like the
Yeah.
free comics you would get like in like it wrapped up in like the shrink wrap. It totally felt like one of those.
Oh, what I was thinking was so AT&T is clearly making a play for what they're like cherry picking right now the DC Universe shows. That's why they got Doom Patrol, and I hate to say this, but I also love to say this. It's why Stargirl went to CW because guess what that means?
No,
They don't really care about it. I mean, it's fucking just.
We're getting a
it's done
second
with.
season.
there. Yeah.
They're getting a second season, but on a less budget, on less whatever they were doing
Well, it's
because
less-
of the DC Universe.
Less everything. Well, also that's
Yeah.
I guess we can talk more openly about Johns in general. He's like,
Yeah, we can.
notice he's
really.
Let's go.
There's been a lot of things that have been like
Here
around,
we go, guys.
but like he notice how everything that's been going on with him in the past couple of years has been like, you go just do your own. Like you can there's some things you are good at. Why don't you just do those in the corner
Yeah.
over there?
But off the
and
WB lot.
Well, and I did that when I finally finished Doomsday Clock.
Mhm.
And that thing ended with such a whimper because it was like, you
don't
don't
spoil
have. You don't have I'm not gonna spoil it, but you got to that last issue, and it was terrible because you could tell
forever.
Well, because you could tell that he no longer had the say-so and the power to do to the DC Comics universe what Doomsday Clock was
supposed to do,
which is why it was delayed so much, because you could just imagine that he was basically being told, well, you can't do that and you can't do that because Scott Snyder's over here doing this and Tom King's over here doing this and Bendis over here doing this.
Yeah.
You're not running it anymore, so you can't dictate to everybody else what's going to happen to the universe. So that's what happened. He's been pushed in the corner, and and it's also kind of like why you notice that Jason Fabok's the one promoting Three Jokers, and John's ain't doing.
It's sweet
crap.
Irony. Sweet.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Cheers. Which is funny. And that's what I'm saying. Like, with John's, the fact that Stargirl's now on the CW is just another way for AT&T to go, we don't give a shit about you. We don't want you a part of everything we're here. And that's why I'm saying the Green Lantern show, don't be surprised if Berlanti ends up taking that whole thing over, because
wait a minute, Garza, aren't you on Jeff John's payroll? What the?
I was until he went to CW. I was like, I don't want to be
Ben.
Yeah, we both are.
I heard that he follows the real Anthony.
You notice that Ben wears a ball cap.
I know.
Secret sign.
No,
they both wear.
And then look at
my person
wearing that LA ball cap. I
know.
What's going on?
Los Angeles.
I would never wear that.
Oh my god.
Jeez, it's all just showing right there. But I'm wondering about Steven too, because he had that green light behind him.
I know, right? It's like the Vodka stream version of the Da Vinci Code. We're unlocking all the secrets.
I mean, look what's going on.
I'm connecting the dots right now.
It's kind of insane, actually.
Green lights, man. Green lights. There we go.
But no,
I'm trying to get paid.
I won't be surprised. I already got my check. You didn't get yours? Okay.
So I already blew mine on whiskey.
I truly think that
Green and black
we'll probably hear something soon about something that Jeff Johns is not going to be involved with again, because I don't think that AT&T is specifically because of everything they've just announced. I mean, just imagine it. They just went, hey, we already know that Matt Reeves has a movie. We're going to take it and we're going to use it as a series. What else are they going to do? They're going to go, oh, hey, we know that there was a Green Lantern series that wasn't going to be connected, but guess what? We're going to go ahead and probably partner up with Zach a little bit on here and try to work something out so that people have a connection, so that people want to watch the Green Lantern show. You know what I mean?
And remember what happened. I'm just going to jump in here, assuming I know everything you guys talked about. Well,
how's that different than anything else, Steven? I mean, honestly.
I don't know if everyone heard that thud, but my son definitely fell off the couch.
Oh, shit.
Oh, my God.
You know what's funny?
I didn't hear you crying.
Did he cry? Did he cry?
Yeah.
He cried.
The important thing was the Hans Zimmer score playing when he did it?
My wife was in there with a baby, and I heard that, and I just went like this. Does this happen here? I was like, okay, no, I'm good. So it was.
You heard that?
Yeah, I heard it.
You got that super father hearing, man.
Yeah.
That's what
You're ready. You're ready to save.
Is there a cry?
Yeah.
Okay, I got to go up. It's hilarious, kind of like role playing in my head what happened with AT&T when they took over, because if you remember a lot of the stuff that happened with Justice League, it was reported that like Sujihara and Emmerich like wanted their bonuses, but also there was a pressure to if they had delayed it, it would have landed outside of 2017 and would have deflated 2017's box office numbers, like not only versus the projections, but just like from what it could be if Justice League was there. And they were really trying to impress AT&T and to be like, oh, hey, look how awesome we are. And so if they had like bumped Justice League, it's a sign of lack of confidence. Also, it's going to reduce the year's box office. There's all sorts of like implications to that. And they're like, oh, no, we're totally got our game together here, guys. And they were lying to AT&T about like what was going on. I mean, AT&T
cooking the books.
AT&T, well, it's Hollywood. Cooking the books, or it's just Hollywood accounting. Like, it's just how it works. And so they're like, oh yeah, here's what's going on, and they got like the same media story and everything. And then like Justice League happened, and I don't know when AT&T started pulling it apart, but I mean, you notice that like the people that were involved in that are all gone for a reason, and there's still more to be gone soon. And
oh wow,
like who?
Well, I mean, like I don't know.
There's only one person left.
You know something we don't know?
But no, I just mean they're not done getting rid of people, and of the people that are on the chopping block, they're Emmerich is still there. We'll just say that he's going to be around forever. And that's not anything I've heard about him specifically. That's just based on the way things are going. Well, I mean, I whatever. Yeah.
Just say it. No.
and so the it reminds me of like an episode of like what's the show? It's not House Hunters. It's the one where they do like the flipping houses and they go in and they like start peeling up like the floor and like what did they do in here? And it's like
flipping house.
What I feel like AT&T was doing, like not just with DC Films, Warner Brothers in general. There were so many people on the payroll, like as producers, that were like, given that Jeff Johns, you go over in your corner and do your own thing when you want to ask questions, and like that there's a lot of people that happened to. And AT&T is like, why are you paying 1 million producers to do the job of 5 producers? Like, watch the credits on like the first season of Titans. Like half of the credits on the first season of Titans are producers. Like, what is that? AT&T is like, that's our money. That is our money. What the fuck are you doing?
Divvy up.
Yeah. And so a lot of executives, producers, etc., are all getting, wave by wave, they're going away. And so I started that because of I heard the tail end of. But yeah,
John's is gonna be out.
Matt's got his pillow out.
I like that. Another product placement right there.
Yeah, that was perfect.
No, but I mean, essentially, what happened was they took over. They realized that okay, well, we might have taken over Warner Brothers, but we didn't realize how big of a shitstorm they are. I mean, that's truly it. They had a facade over themselves, and part of that was mainly because Justice League was getting bought out and getting made during this whole entire buyout. Like they didn't know, okay, they don't know Zack Snyder, right? They don't know anything about it. They just go, how much are we spending for this movie? That's how much we're spending? Why? Okay, well, we're not involved. We can't tell you what to do, but you guys do whatever you're going to do. We'll leave it up to you. And all of a sudden, Justice League comes out. Like a few months later, the buyout goes official. And that's whenever they start to realize, okay, we got to start detectiving this shit. And we got to figure out what fucking happened, because all we're seeing is Justice League and Snyder Cut, and we're seeing these things. It's not like they didn't know it. No. But what did you guys do? How did y'all fuck this up? And they're figuring it out, and they're going, you guys spent another $100 million on reshoots, and that's what happened? Like this is the product you came out with? Yeah. And they went, why? What was the purpose? Okay, well, who was in charge? And John Berg and Jeff Johns were in charge. Oh, they're going to get demoted. Oh, well, who else was in charge? Diane Nelson. Well, Diane, you have a choice. You can retire because you've been here for a long time. We'll allow you the dignity to go out on your own, or we're going to fire you. Which one do you want? That's why she announced her retirement.
Right.
And
get her extended vacation just to use
it up. Exactly. Come on, dude. And so you have Sujihara that got Me Too'd out. So they went, oh, fucking wash your hands of that. We're done, dude. We're good.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden they started putting in their little like AT&T executives. That's why everybody that works at Warner Brothers has to answer to somebody at AT&T. They don't get any kind of green light anymore. And it took a while, but they finally went, okay, Warner Brothers, you don't know what you're fucking doing. You had a tentpole director that you guys whipped out of here. How many movies did he make for you guys that just killed? How many directors have brought in as much money as Zack Snyder has done?
Everything in that WB tour. Everything in that WB tour is Zack Snyder. I'm not kidding, man.
About that, all the clips and everything that you saw.
Yep. Dude, and you don't think AT&T is going to go, why the fuck are you guys not using this? And they're going to have to say, well, what's what they said? Oh, well, he stepped down. We had a falling out. They're going, what the fuck is y'all's problem?
Right.
And that's the reason why they decided to go behind the back.
And do you remember that round table that Emmerich looks like he's in like pain?
Oh yeah.
While everyone else from all the different studios are like, "Oh man, we wish we would have had Snyder to make that movie."
Yeah,
everybody 300. Yeah,
we want 300.
He had this uncomfortable look on his face when they mentioned it. Like,
did you? If I'm not mistaken, his excuse, and I quote, his excuse was, "Well, Troy had just come out in 2004," and I'm like, dude, that's your fucking excuse? You thought Troy was going to be like the same thing as 300? Like, it's completely different. And so I think that's
both good movie. I mean, I like Troy.
I love Troy. I watched it just a while ago.
It's a great movie, but it's not on the same.
No way. I was like, I see Steven's kid in the background.
So cute.
Oh my God! Yeah. But what I mean though is that AT&T, the executives at AT&T are going, you guys got to build this relationship. Oh, you can't? Okay, well, we'll do it then. So that's the whole reason why AT&T got so involved. And I mean, look at what they're doing with Zach's stuff. I mean, I've never seen any kind of social media interaction from a company, from any kind of film company or anything, interact with not only the fans but Zach themselves.
Like, they're ignoring it.
And
they're pretending it didn't exist.
Right. Yeah.
But the fans,
TNT
throwing out you to engage with them, and you're like.
Yeah. But it's not even that. It's the fact that they're allowing this coverage, and they're replying to Zach's tweets, and they're commenting on Zach's stuff. So, like, dude,
TNT.
I mean,
drama.
when did Warner Brothers do that?
TNT drama just randomly makes slices of Superman landing in random movies and stuff like that. Like, it's hilarious. The embracing nature that, like, even though TNT is a Warner Brothers, that is subsidiary, it's just like this embracing nature that every AT&T, TNT, all these WB, I think Warner Media account, all those accounts now are just embracing it. Like that's what you guys needed to do when BBS came out. Like, just embrace it for what it is, and then embrace the Ultimate Edition, not hide it like you guys did for so long. Embrace the shit, and like so many people are having fun with it. It's so great to see, and it just blows me away that AT&T gets it. With a huge crappy company like AT&T gets it.
Somebody has their cell service.
That's why I couldn't stream from fucking Shasta.
Somebody's a customer right there. No, but I wanted to bring up Embarrass's comment here. I mean, do you think that Army of the Dead has been overshadowed? Have you think it's been overshadowed?
No,
right? No.
I think once we see Army of the Dead, when we see the trailer, we're going to be like, supporting.
Do you think that movie should come after Justice League? Because I mean, if Justice League is obviously going to be a huge hit, so if this movie comes out first, I think it will be a smart thing for Netflix.
Well, I mean, I can't see a zombie flick coming out before Halloween. Like, I can't.
Exactly. So it makes total sense for that movie to come way after JL.
Maybe a good Christmas movie.
No.
Oh yeah, that'd be a great Christmas movie.
Yeah.
The thing about Army of the Dead is that just recently I was listening to.
What's going on here? Is bring your kids to work day today?
He's actually pretty mellow compared to some of mine.
Some of mine.
Look at Garza is there with his daughter.
No, I got my daughter.
I was just listening to I don't know if anybody knows wrestling at all, but Eric Bischoff, the guy that used to be the former WCW president, he's really tight with Hulk Hogan, and they're talking about the biopic that's going to be for Netflix, and Chris Hemsworth is going to do and everything. And he was just recently asked on a podcast, how's that going? And he kind of gave this long spiel, like he can't really say anything. Netflix really likes to take control of the marketing. They don't want anybody else to really push anything out. They don't want anybody to say anything. And that Netflix wants to be the full, be the ones completely behind the marketing. and I was like, okay, that makes a lot of sense about Army of the Dead right now. Is that Snyder is probably kind of sitting back. He can drop a couple comments and stuff like that. But really right now, he probably a similar situation. Netflix wants full control of the marketing, at least when it comes to how it's going to be distributed on their platform. And that's why, unfortunately, we're not hearing too much, because everybody asks him a question about trailers or how's it going. He's like, oh, coming soon, or crappy winky face or something like that. And like, and I hate that goddamn winky face.
What gets me about Netflix is I always feel like with Netflix marketing, I never know that they've got an original movie coming out until the week
true.
it comes out. Like
the Charlize Theron movie. I didn't even know that.
No, that's my point, Chris, was that what I was watching was my wife and I watched The Old Guard before I jumped on here. Like, that's what we were doing. But I didn't even know that it was coming out until like the EW profile on Charlize Theron happened like on Tuesday or Wednesday. It's like, I never know a Netflix movie's coming out, if I know about it at all, until the week it drops on a Friday. It happened with Extraction. Had no idea what this movie was until the week it dropped.
But
so Netflix has a weird thing with their releases.
Do we really follow what Netflix is doing production-wise, though? Because I mean, I feel like sometimes, like I feel like we're in a bubble, and we follow everything that's DC related, but sometimes we don't follow. I'm not saying it's not a critique. I'm saying that
I see what you're doing, Ben. I see you're calling us out. I'm feeling this in my soul. This critical thought.
Yeah.
So, because like these movies have been in production obviously for a while now. Just the fact that we don't know anything about it until they drop. It's not because they haven't given us teaser trailers and stuff.
Wait a minute. Like do we know about Charlie's? Like, did it have an official release saying, like, how Zack Snyder had Army of the Dead? It was like big news. Do we have that? Oh, Charlize Theron's going to be in the Old Guard.
There was
there one
about that? Yes, there was news about her.
Pics, right?
Yeah,
there were some promo pictures.
Yes. But
so we are in a bubble. That answers your question.
But what gets me is that like I have the app on my phone. I don't watch Netflix on my phone that often, but I have the app. Right. And like when trailers and stuff dropped, like I know about the Cursed TV show that comes out like next Friday because I've been like following that for for like half a year. But I get trailer notifications and hey, this is coming up. You might like this. Like I get those notifications on my phone. Right. But when these movies come up, like
nothing.
I'm not getting those notifications on my phone. Like I should be getting notifications on these things.
Well, there's a feature releases section in Netflix. By the way, I advise you to take a look at it. It gives you like,
sounds like condescending.
I didn't know that.
Sounded a little.
Well, first off, I didn't know shit about Charlie. I didn't even know about the stories about the nun.
But Steven,
Warrior Nun. Yeah,
hitting on something.
Yeah.
What do you say, Steven?
Netflix doesn't want you to think about or talk about their projects until you can watch it.
That's what it is.
And there's some stuff that you can like for example, Army of the Dead. We know about it because that's just a big name.
That's such a good sound, Scott. Sorry, I love the cork.
So there's some stuff that you're not going to sweep under the rug. But most studio marketing and PR that happens is very much driven by the studio in some way. Leaks, set photos. That stuff is all stuff that like they are aware of to an extent. Sometimes they don't have control over it, because stuff gets out. They have to film in a spot, whatever. But they're a lot more in control of what people say about their movies and when than I think people have credit for. And what Netflix has learned, kind of being in the game as long as they have, is the theatrical. If you like to get someone's butt in a seat at a theater, you need to like seat it. Like incept them, basically start months out and date them with trailers, get that date in front of their eyes. The release date of a Netflix movie doesn't matter. They don't care if you watch it. I mean, they care if you watch it opening weekend, but the box office to them, it makes no difference. So long as it's in the catalog and people are watching it, that matters. And they also don't need to get your butt in the seat. It's already in the seat because you're going to be like scrolling through 30,000 things. And you're like, oh, it's got Charlize Theron in it. I didn't know that existed. Watch that. Yeah. And so as a result, they don't do much more. Like there's not many production photos unless it's like a really big, like their tentpole stuff like Stranger Things or whatever. But even that, you'll notice that there's like a teaser trailer like a couple months ahead of time that's like really vague and short. And then maybe there'll be like a full length trailer, like if Comic-Con falls at the right timing before the season comes out or something. Mm-hmm. Otherwise, like a month before release or a few weeks before release, they'll be like, that's when the big trailer is. And these are for their biggest things that they put marketing budget behind. And then because their philosophy behind it is people, when they see a trailer for something that's on streaming, they want to be able to watch it right away.
Yeah.
And if they can't, if it's like on Netflix, they say if they say coming to theaters in July, people will register. Oh, I need to plan to get in my car, drive to a theater, get a ticket, sit down and watch this in July. If you say coming to Netflix in June or whatever, they'll just be like, oh, I'll see it on my feed, like that, and they don't remember. And so they put any marketing that they do put behind this stuff is going to be watch this now. If you can't click watch it now, they're not going to pay for it.
So basically,
that's why,
like when we finally get like a big push for Army of the Dead, it's probably going to be like a week or two out.
Well, it depends, because like if you look at what HBO Max did, right? I mean, because HBO Max knows that if people want to watch something, they're going to want to watch it. So what they did was they used Zach's level and they said, hey, we have a week until we launch with no exclusive content. We're going to announce this, that Zach is going to be a part of it. And that benefit HBO Max. Because you can't watch until next year, like literally.
Right. But that was timed at a specific.
Right. No, I know it was. I mean that though it was timed for HBO Max. Now Netflix, when they did last year, I think it was last year Comic-Con, they showed The Witcher, which wasn't out until December.
Right.
So,
that's
but everybody was talking about that trailer, and so I think what they're going to do this year is they'll show the trailer, but
for sure.
It's because it's whatever, but it's probably not going to come out till next year by October.
Yeah, Army is they'll have one of their rare longer marketing cycles for. But even so, if Army was going to land in theaters, we'd have 3 trailers for it. I mean,
we already would have had. Like, what we were supposed to get. What were you going to say, Matt? What were you going to say?
Well, the thing is, though, is that as Snyder fans, as I'm sure everybody here is, except for Garza.
Nah, we're all
is that we're used to Snyder just dropping the hype for so long with, he did drop some set picks during Army of the Dead, but we're so used to him building the hype up for us through social media for so long in so many different various ways. And so the first time he's actually kind of silent on things, and you're not quite sure what's going to happen because of what's going on in the world right now. Is it going to come out this year? Is it going to be next year? It's kind of a weird experience with a Snyder movie to not have this buildup like we normally do. And I think that's where some people are kind of like lost and kind of unsure, like, is Army of the Dead getting overshadowed by Zack Snyder's Justice League? And like, yeah, kind of it is. Because
kind of is, yeah.
Yeah, because he's not really hyping it like he would normally. And that could be the Netflix influence. That's how they want to handle it. Or maybe that it's not at the point where he wants to quite hype it yet, because maybe it's going to be, next year.
Well, maybe that movie's not getting the same attention that Zack Snyder's Justice League is getting. I mean, if there was
Well, they're not going to be.
If there was the hashtag movement behind it, I'm sure he would have given.
There's no. I mean, at the same time, though, it's like the entire Snyder Cut movement is going to give support to Army of the Dead 100%. I mean, we all love the man. Everybody loves the man, regardless of how we bicker back and forth with each other. I mean, yeah, we're all.
Dave.
Oh yeah, fuck you too.
There's no benefit from us being hyped over an Army of the Dead trailer today.
No, there would be.
There really isn't. Yeah.
And that's the other thing, that as fans, especially like on fans on social media, we always like to pick apart like they showed too much in that trailer, or that trailer, there was too many trailers, or not enough trailers. There's not marketing. Marketing
Doomsday.
That stuff is all so scientifically coordinated to a like when they spoil Doomsday, they do that because like their market analytics say people don't know enough about what this movie is about, and so we need to throw that out there to ease confusion over like, no, Batman and Superman team up against like that's like what their market. And I'm not saying that's the right decision, but it's very, very market driven. And of course, geeks are like they spoiled too much. It's like, yeah, but we're a portion of the audience, and we're not marketing experts.
Exactly.
And so when it comes to streaming, especially, we're here like, we want a trailer for this. Like, well, sure, we want a trailer, but like Netflix knows the trailer is going to give them the most juice way closer to release.
The thing about the Doomsday
they rely a lot on word of mouth too.
There's also a problem that we have too, is the Chris D'Elia thing that a lot of people in the
put that under the rug too.
That's what I'm wondering. Like, what are they going to do about that? And so far, we haven't heard anything about it. But it is a problem. I mean, we've talked about it, like, maybe like in DMs or something like that. Like, what is the Chris D'Elia thing gonna? I mean, Steven, you know a little bit more about his role in.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I knew this, but
okay. Why is that, Steven?
Yeah.
I can't.
Yeah. Why do you know, Steve?
Can you move him
How
to the
close are
center?
you to the man?
So, Steven, why?
Are you a real journalist, Stephen?
The one time you're allowed to talk.
No.
Come on.
Hey,
That was a little too-
I'm literally not, and I have an answer. I guess I'll say that I have a very very specific answer and very opinionated
Army of the Dead by the minute.
and very opinionated stance on what they could do with Delia based on things that I learned on the set visit. I can't tell you about any of it, but I can tell you that I know enough about it to have a very strong opinion about what's possible.
Nice word around.
Love it.
There it is.
Translation.
I'll just say this. From what I've heard, this film, Army of the Dead, is going to be so gorgeous that, and it's, you got to remember, it's such a simple
Where have
film.
you heard that from, Garza?
It's people. I'm not going to tell you because I don't need to fucking tell you. Okay.
People.
Who's your source?
My person. Yeah. If I tell you, will you trust me?
Yeah.
No.
So, yeah, Santa Claus. So, what I hear is that this film is going to be so gorgeous, but you got to remember too, it's a zombie flick. I mean, there's only it's not like we're going to get some contrived political aspect of how zombies are and what makes them zombies and how the world's treating them. No, dude, it's going to be a fucking just action zombie flick. You know what I mean? So, there's only so much a trailer's going to do.
Damn it.
Yeah, exactly. We're going to see some MAGA hats, but you know, it's like, dude, you know, with Justice League or anything that Snyder has been involved with, other than Dawn of the Dead, like there's so much story in there that you need those trailers. But we know it's a zombie flick. We know it's going to be action heavy. I mean, as soon as we see that shit, we're going to be like, oh, this is fucking gorgeous.
You know, we have problems with Chris Delia. I don't know how to say his last name. Delia. But
the other Chris.
what about the whole Amber Heard situation?
Let's hope Amber Heard.
Would that
Amber Heard.
affect Zack Snyder's
No.
Justice League?
Absolutely not. It was already done.
Yeah, it's not going to
That was
affect.
20. Because I don't think she wouldn't need to be brought in for anything extra. Like, there's no reason.
Right.
Her role is too small to like.
Yeah.
Affect
Wouldn't
anything.
matter.
There could be a
Right, she's got her two
brown
screens.
thing behind her.
It's gonna matter to Aquaman 2 probably, of course.
Yeah.
But it's not gonna matter to Zack.
Yeah, but by the time the movie comes out, everything's gonna blow over.
They can recast her with Emilia Clarke for Aquaman 2, and I bet you 95% of theater goers won't even know that there was.
No, they wouldn't.
Yeah.
Amelia Clark's, you already know who Amelia Clark's going to be,
It's a
dude.
redhead.
So Donna,
Yeah.
Or I should even say her. They could recast her with like.
grace us with a scoop.
There's a dozen other actresses working today that they could replace her with, and people won't know. Like it'll be one of those things where like 10 years from now, when you're like, yeah, you know how they replaced Amber Heard in the second Aquaman, and people will be like, who's
Oh, no, I'm sorry.
Well, the same thing happened with The Dark Knight.
You want to talk about general audience? I mean, when they put Tarkin in Rogue One, and I was sitting going, and I looked at my wife like, you know, the guy's completely CGI, and she's like, he is.
Right.
And it's like, no, you know why they're doing that, right? No. Because Peter Cushing is dead.
He looks like
That's what a general audience member does.
No, exactly. It's funny 'cause all the fans are like, "Oh, it looked terrible. It was uncanny valley. It was so weird." But talk to anybody who, or I shouldn't say anybody, everyone that I heard from anecdotally, who doesn't know who Peter Cushing was, thought that had no idea. It was only the people who knew who Peter Cushing was that thought it was weird. Which like I thought it was good, but I thought it was like there was some awkward moments.
Yeah,
that's because you knew that he was
because we were looking at it.
We're looking at it
that guy act.
right.
But Entourage. I know I've said this numerous times. If y'all haven't watched Entourage, dude, just watch Entourage. That's literally how Hollywood is still run, only just new age. But you know, in that series, you know, the main star gets recast by Jake Gyllenhaal to play Aquaman. Like Hollywood doesn't give a shit sometimes. Like they want the actor that's an actress that's going to be there. Sorry.
Well, and it matters in some cases. Like if they recast Robert Downey Jr., people would know, right? If they recast,
certain people,
But like Amber Heard, A, just because of how big her name is, and B, just how
She's not a leading actress.
Yeah, how big her name is, really?
It's not that it. I mean,
she's a big deal. She's a like.
She is,
but she doesn't like.
She's not a leading actress, though.
A lot of people don't know that Maggie Gyllenhaal replaced Katie Holmes in The Dark Knight.
Yeah,
Katie Holmes.
That's what I said. The same thing could happen here.
She didn't even look like her.
I'm team Katie Holmes all the way. Team Katie Holmes. Hashtag.
Yeah.
I thought Maggie Gyllenhaal.
Or War Machine. War Machine.
Same thing.
Oh yeah, War Machine.
People know about that one, I think, but they don't care. But
yeah, maybe next time. Not quite.
Yeah.
But I think that AT&T, because you got to think of it that way. I think they would be, if they don't do anything about it, and we don't have any kind of case ruling or anything, because that whole fucking story and everything that's involved in that's a shitstorm. Like, it's not like you're going, oh yeah, Johnny Depp's he really got treated miserably. Like, oh no, they were both shitty to each other. Like they both
literally,
okay?
literally shitty.
Yeah, exactly. So
it just said Christopher Plummer is Mara.
Yeah, let's just assume that something comes out
when she shit in his bed, and I was like, really? It wasn't the finger getting cut off? It wasn't.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like, dude,
I honestly thought that wasn't true.
In the bed. It was getting in the bed.
Well, it's also funny. It's funny because he also says, "Oh, I might have kind of headbutted her." Like, what the fuck do you mean, kind of? Like, dude, you either fucking headbutted her or you didn't, dude.
Come on, you know, you kind of headbutt somebody. You're just like, hey, stop talking.
Hey,
stop talking.
That's it. We're just talking. Sorry, I sneezed. I'm sorry. But you know, if AT&T were to do anything against her, and it comes out that Johnny Depp loses the case. Okay, well, AT&T's looking like an asshole, even though they're both fucked up. I'm just saying, like, it's best for AT&T to just not do anything about it. You know, as far as Aquaman 2, that was $1 billion film. She was still having those issues, and people were still talking about it back then. You know what I mean? This isn't new information. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So I think it would be stupid, AT&T was, and they don't seem like they're stupid right now.
Nah. Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what they do with Aquaman 2 with all this stuff. I mean, it's funny, too, because, you know, I even tweeted out, like, or retweeted the audio, which I'm like, who the fuck was, like, recording this audio when you have, like, Johnny Depp talking about, he's, like, asking Amber to cut him. I'm like, did she just have, like, the fucking audio? I mean, this relationship was so...
That might be recorded on that. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, do they always have the mics on? I mean, it's like, did they have? It just didn't make sense to me. Like,
well, Alexa is always listening.
That's very true. That's very true.
That's NSA type shit, dude. And didn't fucking they make a movie about it, Snowden? Dude, come on, man. Yeah. Government just went here.
I know somewhere. Yeah.
Maybe actors they have like a recording system in their house because you know they can be with a female or it can be a girl with a whatever. And so there are instances where
not a guy.
Yeah, whatever. There's instances where they claim to be raped or hurt or whatever, or done something against their will, so they record everything that goes on in the house
because they get taken advantage of.
Yeah, exactly.
Like the old Chappelle skit.
The old Chappelle skit. Yeah. That's what I'm. Dude. That's exactly.
Will you sign this? Were you an initial with anal?
Yeah.
Sign here.
With all the mud being thrown around from this whole situation.
Is it mud? Is it mud?
It might not be
mud slinging, man.
I'm really curious if it gets to the point where other names start getting named, though. From the rumors that have been going around this for months, there's so many like juicy names that could end up like being pulled into the
juicy again. More crazy.
Muddy.
The wording there is just
muddy, juicy. What's with you, Steve?
Hey, do you want to throw in a Deadpool for that Epstein relationship? She's probably going to off herself here a little bit.
Yeah, didn't they say that she's got COVID? I'm like, oh, is that the?
Yeah, that's what she's
gonna die from COVID.
She's gonna die from COVID with her neck fucking broke, dude. Yeah, that Epstein, because they're saying that she has some big names, and you know, unfortunately, I've been told about from Hollywood, from how Hollywood is, they're gonna do anything they can to make sure people do not get named. Yeah. So
people in the comments asking, is Ben Affleck coming back?
Guys, do you have an opinion on that?
Yeah.
Hey, you know what I do?
Do you want to
You know what I do? So
let's kick this off and
now let's record this. Are you putting record?
I did not like that.
I like that. I like that.
I was hoping for a quick.
Yeah. So like I would love for Ben Affleck to be back. I would. And it would be the best thing ever.
Hey Garza, I'm gonna clip this out and put it on the other channel.
Yeah, bet.
Yeah.
So I wanted to talk about it on the day that we got Zack Snyder's Justice League announced. And what I was talking about was potentially having a Batman series conveniently, right? I know it's weird. Conveniently talking about Batman series, kind of continuing and doing his like Batman script with Deathstroke and everything, but just kind of like a 2 or 3 part episode that would be separate from the Justice League world, but still involved. With Affleck directing or not, Gavin O'Connor could direct it. Who cares? It's just something that would utilize what they have already because they worked so hard on it. And, but that's it. Like that's all I talked about. And as much as I would love to believe that he's already signed his contract and he's ready to do something, I think it's silly for anybody to take advantage of the fans because I know fans want to hear that. I would love to hear that. Like I'm on that fence.
Yeah.
I would love to fucking hear that, but I'm not going to take advantage of somebody saying, "Oh yeah, no, he's signed out and he's possibly going to do it." Like
especially what struggled through this whole thing.
Like dude, I'm not even going to broach that subject until I hear from him that he's like, "Yeah, I want to do this." Yeah, and if that was the case, it would be big fucking news. It's not going to go down to anybody. It's going to be big fucking news. And I think
I've said that many times myself. I'm like, you know what? I'm sure that AT&T and Warner Media want Ben Affleck to come back, but it's up to him. He's like in good spirits. He's in good health. Look at the.
He looks amazing.
He
looks fantastic.
He's looking like
he looks like 2010.
He's
like
awesome looking.
Ben Affleck right now. He is like leaned out. He's looking really healthy. He dyed his hair. I mean, he got rid of
some of the white hair.
He did.
It's a wig.
It's fine, you know.
I could argue that he is back.
But he just got rid of it himself. He just.
Well, that's the thing with the contract.
What were you gonna say, Chris?
Yeah,
it's just I could argue he is back in Zack Snyder's Justice League.
Exactly right.
So
if he did
Zack Snyder's Justice League.
Well, if he did sign a contract, I'm sure a lot of these actors and a lot of people coming back have to, for additional reshoots, have to sign new deals or at least acknowledge certain things, right?
Well, J.K. Simmons said that they all got like. Every one of them got a phone call that they had to say, yes, I give my permission to be in your cut. I mean, J.K. Simmons has come right out and said that.
Right. Normally, there are stipulations in contracts that like include like reshoots and stuff. What?
But
Justice League is unique in that it's not a director's cut. It's a different.
It's a whole different thing,
and that's not a like hyping up how different it is. That is literally on like the books, like like the
how people get paid and everything.
Yeah, but that's what they were saying. That they had to speak to the unions, they had to speak to everybody, but make sure that everything was in place so they can release this movie. They just couldn't go and say, "Yeah, let's put it out there."
So I can tell you that yes, he will definitely. Like everybody involved is signing a new contract or an extension or something. For Zack Snyder's Justice League. I haven't heard anything beyond that, so I can't confirm or debunk anything. But
what I can debunk is what I can debunk is that little side project that I think somebody had mentioned somebody was doing on some kind of Steppenwolf design in some kind of 9 months in Ayer cut. Like I would love to see Steppenwolf in Ayer's film. That would be brilliant. I would love it.
It's supposed to be at like the very end, if anything, right?
No. Well, and pre-production, dude. That shit never even got filmed, dude. Like that shit got taken away when Zach did Justice League.
Don't worry,
what I'm saying? Like
Steppenwolf's gonna have a stunt double. It's all good, man.
Yeah, exactly. It's funny that we all of a sudden we hear about Wonder Woman's stunt double, right? We hear about all these things about her head being replaced with gals, and we hear these stunt woman like things, and all of a sudden, now guess what? Dude, they're gonna get every single double that was in the Suicide Squad to come back so that they could have a couple of minutes of extra film time to I guess mesh with seconds or something like that.
Yeah.
To
That
mess
is like
with
the comment in our
No,
heads.
you know what?
Yeah,
Matt,
I know.
You need to be on the panel at all times.
I know. It's like, wait, so you're going to have body doubles that aren't the actors that you would need the actors to actually film the Steppenwolf stuff. That's only going to be for 2 minutes, but yet it's going to be 9 months worth of post-viz on a film that hasn't even been announced yet. Okay,
It makes complete sense.
Well, here,
Yeah, absolutely.
I've been totally out of it.
going back to Affleck, what I will say.
Yeah. I mean, we're all happy, just like what Fanboy Clay said. We're all happy, healthy.
Yeah.
But like,
Oh, yeah,
Hey, by the way, I
I've
want to.
said many times too, is like, he doesn't need to be as big as he was in BBS.
No.
Okay. He doesn't have to have his montage scene where he's doing like his CrossFit fucking stuff, like turning over tires and blah, blah, blah. He
Badass.
doesn't need to have that. Yeah. We don't need his ass again. I mean,
As we've been saying on the Vodka stream since November.
Yeah,
That
exactly.
Of what year, though?
oh, God.
2019.
2019.
Well, actually, if you want to see, let me see here. I can.
Oh, you don't actually have to give a
Oh.
date.
No, but I would prefer
he's sharing
just
his-
so,
Probably gonna-
just so that
Or a
there's fucking
screenshot?
hashtag timestamps.
Oh shit!
Yeah,
we're
no.
all
So if we're
tiny.
gonna talk about this, I mean, here we go. There's November 16th.
Boom.
Oh yeah.
2019. I remember that.
Yeah,
I think I posted.
I talked about that in my video.
Listen,
BBS by the
if I'm-
minute.
Yeah.
If I'm not
So we say
mistaken,
what?
I also tweeted a comment
Do you have
in
your own
relation to
articles
this-
bookmarked?
that was maybe the day
no, I
after.
sent this link to someone earlier.
It's just fucking
You have
background.
that so fast.
No, I pulled it up a
Looking at
minute
it,
ago. I pulled it up a
No,
minute
he
ago.
hasn't.
Got interrupted, so I just looped back
The
smoothly.
narcissism.
So-
the narcissism
See,
is
so
gone.
this is on, yeah, right. So
I thought I was king narcissist.
this came up on November 16th. So this is back then, and then I went on to say, "What's that? If that's successful, what about a season 2 or 3? And hey, maybe you could turn like Ben Affleck's Batman or Ray Fisher's Cyborg movie into a
Game
TV.
of Thrones. Yeah.
So I think
I've already heard this from another website.
so. This is
No. You didn't hear it on the website.
so remember this is
It's
all,
exclusively talked about.
no. The point here, I'm like,
I have drank way too much.
you guys are gonna throw his shade or whatever.
That's what it's all about,
The
Matt.
point is that this is all very like I didn't say any of that accidentally. Like this is so no, I'm not claiming a source or anything, but
Oh my-
the point is I don't have a source on that, but the point is that this is all like we've been talking about it for a while because it's all very, very plausible. Like Affleck,
It makes
returning,
sense.
all of the things that were stopping Affleck from completing his Batman movie or returning
Are
are all
gone.
removed now. So the idea of Affleck coming back, it's just a matter of can he get a deal? And now that deal is probably going to be something along the lines of him getting like a 5-picture deal or something for his
Exactly.
personal project.
To do his passion.
Passion project, yeah.
And in exchange, it's what he was supposed to do with the DCU originally, right? Here's your Live by Night. Now give us the Batman. Here's your, whatever. And so the one for you, one for me, or 5 for you, 1 for us, or whatever it's going to be. That if and when this happens, that's the way it's going to look. And so, I'm totally willing to believe that this can and will happen.
Has it happened yet, though?
I haven't heard anything.
Oh,
So yeah.
so you
But
haven't
do
heard
you
anything
think that
either.
deal would
I've
involve
read
him
things.
getting a standalone Batman, or will it be him just being part of SAG continue universe?
Zach continuing is the biggest bet.
Yeah, I mean
Yeah.
he's
Yeah, that's what I
100%
thought too.
He's 100% for Snyder. I mean,
Yeah, he is.
he
Like,
said
If Justice League 2 happens, I only hesitate for a brief second to wonder if he would
Yeah.
be a roadblock
Chris
to
is
that.
doing. Yeah.
Season 2.
Yeah.
Season 2.
Let's not forget that.
Book
which
2.
I said on
after
my-
Book 2.
chapters.
Chapters.
back up.
Book
I have it
2.
ready.
Chapter.
It's bookmarked and everything. I have not
Turn
talked
the
about this
page.
on my podcast, BVS by the minute, but I did write down
Drink.
Take a
Right,
drink.
drink.
Take a drink.
Oh,
Yeah, don't take a pillow, Matt.
Every time there was a plug.
Every time you plug, take a drink.
Which is actually, I thought it was going to be more often, so I'm kind
I
of
know, I
disappointed.
know.
Yeah, I'm surprised.
I brought the fucking
Steven
bottle.
is letting Chris down.
Implement it.
Chris brought a bottle.
No, but I filled my glass and everything.
I think, listen, I would love to take advantage of fans. Like I would. Dude, if I could sit there and tell you everything that I would love to fucking happen and tell you that it's happening, just so that you would have to be forced to go to my site and read what I'm writing about.
Yeah. What is your site called?
Speculative or not?
Yeah, what site are you?
What site are you referring to?
I'm talking about Real Anarchy.
Real Anarchy.
There you go. Okay, there we go. Thank you. Cheers.
And who followed you?
But I'm just saying.
No.
What I'm saying though, I would love
to drink.
Join you guys on the Film Junkee YouTube channel. Cheers.
Cheers. I gotta make another drink. You're gonna keep doing
every time.
Now you're just
sorry, Garth.
I don't know. So what I'm
has to drink again.
Wow. How the fuck did that just transfer? What the fuck?
What?
I didn't even realize that.
You need to reload.
Here, Matt. I'm gonna hand you. You want to drink that?
That was amazing. Yeah, look at that.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my god.
Mind blown. Okay, so we all comic movie marks.
No,
you gotta try that again. Go ahead, Steven. Go
off screen.
No.
I didn't get a
Here we go. Here we go.
There.
Oh
yeah. Give it back.
Wow.
Give it back. Give it back.
Oh no.
Oh, give it back.
Matt, give it back.
Okay, and now I'm just gonna slide.
Grab it, Steven. Grab it.
There you go.
There we go.
There we go. No. All I'm saying is, I would love to take advantage of fans' hopes and dreams. Believe me, I would. But like I can't be that kind of person. Like I don't want to be that person. And you know what? I wasn't that person whenever I dropped it in 2019 when I wanted to have a realistic view, and I was kind of one of the first people that talked about AT&T is the important piece that we're not thinking about. This is back before. I mean, people today now go Warner Brothers this and Warner Brothers that. You remember what's his name? That dumb fuck from The Rap. What did he say? Oh yeah, all this shit is like no, it's deaded.
Dumberto.
Scoopy pants. Scoopy pants.
The fact that he even brings up, oh well, I asked Warner Brothers right off the bat. I can go. Shit doesn't matter, dude. The fact that you're asking Warner Brothers is where you're fucking up, dude.
Even now in his tweets, he's like, "Oh, on the Warner Brothers side, they say this isn't happening," and I'm like, "Dude, the fact that this hasn't caught on yet, it's just,
but
it still kind of blows me away."
I ask Disney and see what they say.
Dumberto.
Disney,
right?
Yeah. I think that's
Pooper Scooper.
That's why I call it Scoopy Pants.
That's Dave's.
That's why I call it Scoopy Pants.
Yeah, we made that joke, the Pooper Scooper.
That's another thing that we've been talking about on the Vodka stream. Where it's like whenever we talk about this anywhere since before it came out, the issue was always that
I need to re-up.
Damn, that was so swift. I didn't even know
it was. That's how good Steven is right there, man.
Dude, he's the plug master.
Yeah. He really is.
Well, wait, that could be turned a different way.
I mean, you don't know.
Anyways. Oh man.
So,
woo.
I was gonna say something about his kid in the background, but never mind.
All right. I'm just saying, Matt, you need to be on this fucking thing every Friday now. I'm just saying.
Why? What'd I do?
I don't know, because you're just you're a ray of sunlight. Anyways, go ahead, Steve.
Oh yeah,
sorry. Go ahead.
That's what we always talked about, and why like we drew all the heat for talking about how it wasn't done and it needed this funding to be done. But that's the whole argument was always about how to make it happen. Like the 40 million argument was never about Warner Brothers won't do that. It was about what is necessary to get it to happen. You need to be loud enough. You need to whatever. And the second HBO Max came into the conversation, we're talking about an entirely different system of monetization. And at that point, all of a sudden, like the 40 million is worthwhile, and it changes the game up in major ways. And as a result, it totally changes the conversation on all these projects, not just projects that have been in progress and then canceled, but projects that, like this Batman TV show with Matt Reeves, he would never be interested in doing that for like Fox, like the Gotham, So everything is totally different because of that, and anything is like, so many things are on the table now that weren't before, and so we'll just have to see. And
I think that's what get lost though, because just like that question just asked, I mean, to have some kind of breakdown, the breakdown came out when Warner Brothers was they released some kind of article. I forgot what it was, but it was the
Hollywood rivalry.
The Hollywood Reporter. There you go.
It's like a
where they basically
rivalry,
were like, the sibling. That essentially was Warner Brothers trying to go. HBO Max isn't going to do anything. They're not serious. Fuck them.
Yeah.
Fuck HBO Max. They're not serious. They're not going to do. They can't compete with Netflix or Disney.
Yeah.
Well, funny, a lot of people, when you read these trade articles, especially the ones that start mentioning insiders, you always have to question. I hate saying this stuff because people then get like too conspiratorial about what I'm saying, but you always have to question like who is this? Like people start saying, oh, they're making up sources, or nobody's saying that. It's like no, like they're professional. They're not just fabricating sources, but you have to question who's saying this and why. Yeah. And so when HR puts out an article where there's unnamed Warner Brothers executives that are like, I don't know about this. I don't know about this Warner Media strategy. It's like, of course you don't know about it. You got fired. Like,
I know.
I can't believe nobody really talked. I mean, I talked about it in my Ping Pong Flick show, like several videos, several of those videos. And I can't believe people at that time, this was before like, the release and everything, how you can't get it now that AT&T is in charge, man. Warner Brothers is like, what are we going to do? Like we need stuff.
No, they're pissed.
That Hollywood Reporter article was such a cry for help from Warner Brothers people. Like how they just
it was.
How they're like we're getting screwed, and like nobody paid attention to it, and it's just so fascinating.
Well, what everybody paid attention to is like all of the shots that it took, and it took the shots seriously instead of questioning why people were taking shots.
Yes. Oh, the old Hollywood way is going to go away because this golden film, this golden era of film is going to go away because AT&T is taking control.
Here's my Donald Glover meme. Good.
It's just so freaking crazy how nobody paid attention to that, and that's why a lot of these scoopers are like struggling right now when it comes to Warner Brother news because they're believing people from Warner Brother when really AT&T has got the big old dick slap right across their face, and they're the ones controlling it more than anybody.
Yeah, that's why you get people like Andy Signor.
Well, because the streaming,
fuck Andy Signor.
I wasn't meaning it that way. I just meant in general. Like he has sources that are telling him something.
We're not taking a shot over that.
Yeah. He's going after it because guess what? AT&T or Warner Brothers told him something. You know.
I know. I was just being
and that's but it's also important because the critics and these people, they don't have the power over the audience when it comes to a streaming service because. Nobody, and I feel like I'm a broken record. I bring this up probably once a month whenever I'm here. But the point is that nobody Vodka stream and DC Film Squadcast.
Okay, well I'm out, so I have to go get more.
Wait, is that two? Is that two?
That's two. I did 2 points there.
This is gonna be a mess.
I have to refill too, but I want to hear what Scott has to say first.
But the point is, think about anyone who Netflix and chills. Does anyone give a crap what a critic has to say about any kind of Netflix show or movie? No, you just hit play. So there are people.
You're already paying.
You're already paying, right? It's a sunk cost even to the customer. So the critics and and all these people who like live off of my voice needs to be so important about what I think about the product because I have to influence the audience whether they do or do not see it. They are grasping at straws because the more the streaming wars kick and now the more the theatrical experience is threatened by the streaming wars, you see people whose entire power base and influence is at risk because they will be obsolete in a more streaming age filled era. They are fighting for their very existence.
Now they are. And they did that to themselves
during a pandemic too. It's like
No. They fucked themselves over though. Believe me, they did. I would much rather hear about a film not being what you wanted as an analytical piece. Like, don't tell me you don't like it because it doesn't make you happy or doesn't make you sad. No, give me some analytical pieces. You didn't like the way things were framed or shot, or you didn't like the way the cinematography was. Don't fucking tell me that, it didn't make me feel like I was watching a Marvel film. Like, fuck you, dude. Well, like, I don't give a shit.
You like the analysis that I would get on BVS by the minute?
Well, to piggyback what Scott was saying, back on what I was saying earlier about Netflix and like their marketing strategy, they don't want you to. They want the first time you hear about something to either be watch this now or when you encounter it when you're scrolling through, because then your first impression isn't going to be unless they're like really confident in it, like the Irishman or something like that, and they want it plugged ahead of time. They want the first time that you encounter it to be via them, not via a review or via someone else, or you catch it from word of mouth from people talking about it. And so they wait until like the last minute to start plugging it, and get people interested in it. And it takes a lot of that power base that you're talking about kind of out of the equation. Now there are places or ways for them to adapt. There's like several eras of like internet bloggers, and you've already found like the OG bloggers that were like the Ain't It Cool News days. A lot of them.
Wow, yeah.
Like a lot of that kind of era.
Film.
A lot of like phenomenal writers, people who like have big social followings, kind of had trouble adapting to like how to make that a career in a modern time. Like they've found Patreon and other means, but because the way that they use
I guess that's a plug.
be able to monetize their writing doesn't work anymore. And so now with Netflix, they that kind of takes that even further away, and it requires them to either like adapt or they form their own kind of base or their bubble of like a lot of people do like what to watch on streaming this week. It's like such a common thing because people want to discover content. They're not interested in like, tear apart this movie. They're interested in tell me what's available and where.
It's like my wife. My wife will sit on her phone with her earbuds in, blow through an entire season of a show in like 1 or 2 days, and
on her phone.
On her phone, yeah. And my wife is like every 2 days going, "Okay, I finished the show. I need another one." It's like she doesn't need someone telling her what's good or bad. She literally just needs content to.
Well, didn't they make a commercial about that called like a show hole?
The show hole. Yes.
A show hole because you're like you're done and you're like, what do I do now?
Yeah.
Hey, Steven, I just saw one of your co-hosts. Yeah, that's it.
Hey,
where's he from?
He's my co-host on BVS by the minute.
This is gonna kill me.
It's cool, man. That's good. That's a real good one.
That was dude.
I'm saying.
I'm gonna end this like, hey, Miss.
Oh, my face went numb. Fucking ass.
Yeah. So what I'm thinking is what I'm actually loving about HBO Max just in general is that they have the confidence. I feel like they have the confidence that they could go, we're going to announce things, we're going to say things that we're doing, and we don't really give a shit about anything else. Whereas, and not the shit on Disney, and I don't mean it this way, but
oh hell yeah,
Disney. Yeah, but I mean,
like Amber Heard.
Other than the Mandalorian 2, like nothing is. I've never been like I need Disney Plus for this. Like all it's been has been Mandalorian. That's it.
Yeah.
So Hamilton
is older than and doesn't and prefers like Tarantino. Disney is awesome for a 2-year-old and a 4-year-old.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Hey, take a drink, team. Real Anarchy.
Right? Hey, there we go. Yeah.
Oh, who's there? This is going to be a problem.
I think we broke a story here.
Was that you, Matt?
Yeah, that was me. Sorry.
Yeah. It's making all the sounds.
Well, we have not truly turned this into a drinking show before. This is
That's right. Not even our drunk stories.
Well, no, like when we had the Nerd Queens on, we talked about our drunken stories, but now we're literally turning this into a drinking.
This is the drunken story.
What is it called? A happy hour? No, shot. What is it called when you take like a shot every minute? Power hour.
Is that
what it is?
Power hour.
We're not.
No.
That's like a shot of beer, right?
That's not a shot.
Yes, it's a shot of beer. Every minute though.
Yeah,
every 30 minutes.
That's a lot of beer. That's a lot of beer. Maybe next week, guys. Anyways, go ahead.
College days, man. No. So what I was thinking was
Snyder drunk history would be hilarious if someone has
We'll all dude, just like hey, Do you know Steppenwolf? I know you made him as an alien.
Oh, that's
what if?
So Henry.
What if?
Yeah. Yes.
Instead of being an alien.
Yes, of course.
Yes. If it's going to be
a human?
It's going to be a miniseries, it will be released as a full thing. Don't worry.
If anybody thinks that WB is not going to double dip, I can't say shit. Double dip.
He's already gone. He's
I love it. I love it. I love it.
I see what you're thinking.
If you're not gonna, double dip the chip.
Double dip that chip with the plug master there.
I thought you said double D's. My fault, dude.
Oh shit!
I heard something else.
Honestly, that's probably what did come out was the double D's. But the fact that you don't think that WB would not double dip on that stuff on Blu-ray with extra stuff. And then they could do the whole Blade Runner run where it's like 5 different versions or something like that. If you don't think they're gonna try to do that as well as post it on HBO Max, they're definitely gonna do that.
I'll ask: Do you think Zach's ever going to literally publicly talk about the real thing? Like I know he talked with Sean, and I get that he talked about it with answering questions that were screened. But I mean, do you think we're ever going to get him 100%? Just like you know what? This is what happened.
I think that's a no-no in the industry. I think he will say a couple of things, but not the full spiel.
I feel like he's too professional.
Not right now.
Right. I think
not right now. I just mean in general. Just
I don't think
the
story will come out in full, but it won't be directly from him. Like if there's a documentary, he's not going to be the one that badmouths John.
It'll be from Deborah. It'll be from Deborah.
No, for real though.
Yeah, probably.
Deborah was like, you know what? Sit down.
She was on the fucking press tour, dude. You could hear the shit in her voice. She was like, God, I don't want to be saying this.
Yeah.
Like it was breaking her heart, dude.
I think if anybody's going to do it, like Deborah is going to be like, you know what? Sit down. I got some shit for you here. Yeah.
But you know what? You got to commend Deborah because she was through that tour like Will Smith,
Snyders in general. The Snyders in general have been so freaking professional. And it's like, it's amazing that WB is like just not thanking him so much for all the shit that they did and everything that he could just totally spill, and he's been so professional about it. And that's it's just crazy. But I do like sorry, we're gonna probably kill your name right now because I'm
Amberish.
Not Amberish, but new podcast Wasted by the Minute. Yeah, that's there you go. Drink it to that. Man, this Crown and Coke is kicking my ass.
Fucking A. I'm drinking straight vodka, Matt.
Dude, I've been drinking whiskey since 7 o'clock, and it's already 2 o'clock in the morning.
Oh my god!
Scotch is working on me at this point.
This is
I
where
love that iconic red cup.
This is where the vodka stream on the Film Junkee channel should have progressed.
What?
Yes.
Oh, jeez, dude.
I didn't even catch that. I was like.
Come on.
I think that's what happens.
It's like, damn.
Dave did say that this was going to be a shit show.
Fucking A.
Oh,
they called it.
Oh, damn. Amber Heard. Right there.
Yeah. Amber Turd.
We Amber Heard the show.
Don't drink and stream.
Oh, man.
Hey, but do you think that, like, for real, the Snyder Cut, whatever it's going to be called, Justice League, whatever you want to call it.
Zack Snyder's Justice League. That's what it's going to be.
There you go. That's what I was looking for. But
Zack
Snyder doesn't want to include his name. In the title.
You got to imagine that Warner Brothers and AT&T, they're not stupid about this. I mean, if they're allowing a Batman show to continue with their film, that AT&T would have to be like, you know what, Zach, we know you already have attention on this film. Can we potentially get an extra season or an extra couple of seasons and just kind of go from there? Do you think it would be a season to season thing, or do you think they'd be like, hey, look, he's going to finish it out for the next 2 seasons? You know what I mean?
It depends on if it's a 1 movie to 1 season ratio.
Yeah.
I don't know if, and because there's so many different factors, because like this movie is mostly they did all the production already.
Yeah, this movie exists. Exactly. Yeah, I know.
And so for the cost of like half a season of Game of Thrones, they're getting like one of the most expensive blockbusters ever made. And they're not. That's not going to happen for season 2. And so
that's exactly what I was going to ask. How does season 2 and 3, like if those are possibilities, how does that really truly work for Snyder? Is he gonna bust out his ultimate budget Snyder, like bust out natural light, whatever it takes, all those things? He'll be the editor, the director of photography, the director, the producer. He'll be everything, and to save money on this. I've always been curious how the season 2 and 3 come about, even if season 1 is
is it an insanely expensive show, or do they drop production budget? Like there's a lot of.
I feel like the way they could do this and utilize it to the fullest potential without having to go. All right, we're going to be spending a whole lot of money. Is you take Ben Affleck's script and you take Rick Fumiya's script, right? Mm-hmm. You combine those two into some kind of Justice League 2 to where they're all combined so that you could split it out over the course. Because you got to think, Batman's show or Batman's film wasn't going to be a highly visual effects heavy show, right? You spread that out over 3 episodes, right there, you have a full 3 episode realistic take, okay? Mm-hmm. And you put another 3 more episodes on The Flash, that might be a little VFX heavy. And then the Justice League 2 or whatever is another 3 episodes. That's 9 fucking episodes that you can have where the cost isn't really too exploded, but I feel like, and then you can lead into the Justice League 3. I feel like.
Anybody want to guess
question
of Daredevil?
Yeah, this right here with what Fourth is saying. We've already kind of talked about like how I think even Scott said it's like you've already paid for that streaming service, so it doesn't
make a difference.
Yeah.
Well, and also another thing is that when it comes to this is a question that comes up a lot: is when a streaming service says that their movie or their series was a huge hit, they don't normally reveal what metrics they're using.
Yeah, they
to declare that, and every streaming service can use their own metrics because there is no open book policy of if they call it a success or they call it a failure. Mm-hmm. How are they judging that? Because really, if you think about it, if you're a subscriber, great, you've already paid the money.
Yeah, the CEO. They said when they announced
take another bite. You're the only one eating that pineapple pizza. Sorry,
gross.
Ben, you
pineapple on pizza podcast.
You're a fucking disgrace to human race. Dude.
Thank you, Garth.
The CEO they say that the movie already paid for itself. I mean, the investment that they made on Zack Snyder Justice League already paid for itself. So probably they saw an influx of subscribers after they announced the movie. So those things they do take into account. So when this movie comes out and they see an influx on subscribers, they're probably
Here's the other thing that most people aren't even talking about is that technology-wise, it has exponentially gotten bigger. And what I mean by that is Zach was shooting on green screens back in Justice League, right? Okay. Now with the way The Mandalorian was shot, he could literally take that technology and utilize it to where it's so much more cost-effective. Like if anybody can utilize the technology, if Jon Favreau gave us The Mandalorian on that type of LCD volume.
That was pretty awesome, man.
Imagine
it
Zach
looked gorgeous.
And something that I said on the Real Emotion podcast.
Oh shit!
Oh Jesus!
That's why I had to change my name.
Is that Zack Snyder does not
That's really drunk now.
It was a joke.
Zack Snyder doesn't sit on technology. He makes it better. That's why I think he will grab that technology and do something that we like Jon Favreau never even thought of doing with it.
Yep.
So I think that's what's going to happen. He's definitely going to use
and it was used on digital and film because Westworld used it too. So,
but going back to Fourth's question about audiences, as he put it, rejecting it. But the point is with streaming, even if they quote reject it, as far as Warner Max and AT&T is concerned, they have your money because even if you don't like it. Boo-hoo, you paid for it.
Yeah, but that's even better for them because it creates controversy, which means people are going to be like, what are they talking about?
What are they talking about? Yes.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Well, then I'm going to pay for it to see it. Oh, okay, cool. Boom. They got your money.
Right.
Okay.
It's not like they're going to unsubscribe from,
exactly.
Well, even if they
already got your money.
They already got your money.
Got your
even
money.
if you unsubscribe, you're just not getting another
think about
month.
a month.
That's
HBO Max is 50% more than the average movie theater ticket price. So even if you're only there for 1 month,
you already got your ticket.
Already got more than they would from the box office.
But that's the thing for me for like Justice League 2 and 3 is like as Dave dropped. Am I slurring my words or something?
No. I just noticed your Matt is really
drunk now.
I just started cracking up because I just saw that right now. That's why.
Okay, I was like, man, if I'm really screwing up right now, I need to know.
No, I just looked at it and said, Matt, really drunk now.
Matt, you're not really
talking
here.
in a really high pitched voice. Can you slow down a little bit and speak deeper?
Hey, what you need to do? Hey guys.
Yeah, perfect.
So with Justice League 2 and 3, what you would need to do is keep up at least the concept of the same quality anyway as Justice League 1, which obviously already had $200 million plus already behind it. So how do you keep up that? Well, I mean, what Zach filmed.
What had they had spent on Zach's portion of it before he left?
Oh, 200.
Yeah.
Ish, maybe, yeah.
Yeah, don't slow me down, Scott. You're killing me here.
Sorry.
Anyway, I'm just kidding.
I didn't do anything. My mouth shut.
Oh wait, who said that? I don't even know.
No,
Who said that.
don't blame me.
Yeah. No, Scott was quiet.
No, keep going. Keep going.
No, it was Steven.
And why am I getting blamed for this? Garza is the one that was correcting him.
Oh, was it Garza? Oh, fuck you, Garza. Anyway, no. So what the hell was I talking about?
We're talking about the cost.
Oh, quality. Okay,
200.
so the quality of carrying Justice League 1 over to Justice League 2. How do you keep up the quality and stuff like that? And I don't have no clue where I'm going with this now. Anyway, go ahead. I had a point.
The budget. Oh, I feel
like you were going to say something like, okay, would it be like, what we were going to get with the history lesson? Like, look at how gorgeous that set piece was, and that was pretty much all CGI. Like, that's not. I mean,
right.
We're not seeing Antiope jump off a fucking horse and that's a real stunt. No, dude, that's fucking CGI. That horde of parademons is coming in. That's CGI.
Even to Garza's, what you were saying earlier though about like the volume, you couldn't. There's a lot of things you can do with that. You couldn't shoot, and that's one of the things that the way Zach does, and he does it that way intentionally too. You couldn't shoot the history lesson inside the volume,
right?
It's too big, and he made it that way intentionally so that it's obvious that it's a large scale thing. Like the final act in Avengers Endgame, you can tell that's shot on a soundstage.
Yeah,
we know
the entire thing,
right?
No,
and it's because of the frame, because the number of people that are on screen.
They didn't have a real boom tube
at the same time.
But they didn't have a real hammer.
Then you can tell it's on a soundstage versus like for example the Wakanda battle in the Avengers at the end of Infinity War. You can tell that it's outdoors, right? Because of the way that it's framed, because of the way the battle is spread out, and there's groups of people doing different things.
Right.
And so the way the history lesson is done, you can't pack that many people into. You don't. The volume isn't. And the volume for everyone that. If you watch the Disney archives, I think is what it called for the Mandalorian.
Yeah, from the Mandalorian.
Gallery.
The gallery.
LED dome or LED dome that they shot.
Volume.
Yeah, the volume. Check the episode out; it's awesome. But he could do a lot in that. But like, if he were to do something as big as the history lesson, where he's going to have like 100 extras, he would still need to go kind of that old school route. And I don't. He could do Sucker Punch inside the volume. But he couldn't do Justice League, and so there's a question.
He could do the Superman Resurrection in the volume.
Yeah, I mean he could do most of the movie in the volume, but he would have stuff that he would want to shoot to prove the scope that would be like, and he would frame it in a way that people like VFX people would be like, he didn't do that in the volume. There's no way he did that. How did he do that? Like, because that's just the way he does stuff.
Yeah.
Now let's thinking about the sequel. I mean, book 2. The first book was what was the budgeted for? $270 million. 250 plus the additional $40 million.
That's just to get it to 250. Man.
Right.
Damn.
Well, 250 is what was like projected on the books, but
all right. So let's sit on a number. So 250. Let's say this movie costs 250. So let's say that they want to go and continue.
And it's a 5-hour film. Keep that in mind.
Gotcha. But let's say that they want to continue the story. How much do you think the HBO Max is gonna dump in to do a sequel? I mean, Mandalorian was beautiful. It was $100 million, and
instead of thinking about what Justice League cost, let's look at like Game of Thrones. How much did an episode of Game of Thrones cost?
Right.
Season 8
million.
It was like 10-12 million per
episode.
So could Zach make, and now that used lots of practical effects, but also there was there were dragons, there were giant
White Walkers,
but they utilized that in different ways. Like they didn't have White Walkers all in one episode. They waited till the third episode. You know what I mean?
And so I think that maybe they would make some story changes to help with that. Like for example, maybe a lot more Nightmare. Nightmare is going to be a lot cheaper to shoot than because
Apocalypse.
Right. Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, they didn't.
Or Green Lantern. Whatever.
Yeah.
Who's Green Lantern?
Ryan Reynolds.
Oh, jeez.
Yes, Garza, please give us that exclusive.
Raise us with a scoop.
Oh,
Real Anarchy. You first heard it.
Oh, there it is.
I was getting thirsty.
I'm done.
Oh man, I love this new drinking game. By the way,
Yeah.
Keep going, Steven.
Yeah.
Go on, Steven.
Wait. I had a question. You know how? What article is that? Where they talked about how DC projects were going to cost upwards of $65 million? Is that
Warner Max?
Well, Warner Max originals. That was
originals.
Like the budget.
Oh,
that was
okay.
the originals. They when they said that they were going to making films for the service. 65 was kind of the ballpark they were getting.
Then it's fine. Oh.
Is that possible? Is it when they say 65? Say it's like Justice League 2, and you say, okay, is it 65 per chapter, or is it the entire project?
That was the entire project.
The project, yeah.
So it would be like, okay,
yeah. I think it will be like something like 10 to 12 per episode, per chapter.
episode.
I'm sorry.
What I'm curious about, they never include marketing budget in that, and I wonder what the marketing budget would be on something like this. Because normally that's like the ×2 or ×2.5 to account for marketing and distribution and other stuff. But those costs are slashed heavily if and like almost totally eliminated if they do like the Netflix model. And so I'm sure they'll market this to some extent. But is that like $250 million of marketing that they're going to be saving for the are they going to roll what would have been a marketing budget for a theatrical release into a movie budget because they know that they already have like a captive audience? I don't know, but
that's also talking about the synergy that we referred to earlier, how they have with AT&T, they have utilized social media. I mean, social media marketing for the most part, the way they've been doing it is free. Because you interact with your customers, with your audience, they retweet, they hashtag, they spread the word for you. You don't have to buy billboards, you don't have to buy TV spots because you have drafted your audience to be your marketing department, basically.
So I know this is silly. This is simple math, okay? So if you were to times $14.99, $14.99 times 5 million, okay? I'm using 5 million as a base subscription level. That's 75 million in 1 month that they would be getting a revenue, okay? Now I know that's simple math. I know not.
Yeah, but what's their operational cost, though?
Yeah,
well, right. I'm not using that. I'm just saying that
growth.
5 million
getting with
5 million people that are paying $14.99 a month would be basically $75 million a month in just revenue. Okay.
But think about when Zack Snyder's Justice League comes out in 2021.
Right.
They're going to expand to markets.
They are.
South America. So those numbers obviously are going to increase quite a bit.
Oh,
and
5 million
money from existing partnerships. So like they're getting money from subscribers, but also they're getting money from Sky. They're getting money from Crave.
Big time.
From
and that's using 5 million as a fucking like that's 5 million. Like there's not 5 million. There's more subscribers than HBO Max right now in their pocket that they're getting every month. And so you got to think about it this way. That's the reason why they're going, dude, an extra 40 million, fucking cake, dude. Finish it. Okay.
But when it comes to Justice League season 2, when you're looking at a full frontal.
I would say 150 million for Justice League 2 if they did 9 episodes.
I think that's fair.
Yeah.
9.
Why not?
So that's going to be that's a good value.
It's a good budget.
And well, I think
now, if you're an exclusive,
Justice League,
you know where you heard it from.
Vodka Stream.
Where did we hear it from?
The film
Oh,
Junkee.
Vodka Stream. He already did it. Damn it.
Vodka Stream.
Yeah. All right. Okay.
I'm going to die on stream.
That's essentially,
we're all.
that's essentially about 16 to maybe 15 a million per episode. Like,
so
dude,
that's 50% more than an episode of Game of Thrones.
Yep,
correct.
A whole lot more.
I think
but it's with a bigger IP than Game of Thrones.
It's an established legacy IP where Game of Thrones had to.
Yeah, but Game of Thrones was on for 8 years.
Well, right,
so,
but kids didn't watch that. Kids can't watch that. Okay, kids aren't sitting there going, "I need to watch Justice League." And I'm not saying that Justice League would be for kids, but Zach's not going to sit there and have sex in the show. He's not going to have the brutality of
raising.
You know what I'm
Are you
talking
kidding me?
about.
Sorry, Eric.
Okay,
Eric, we're not going to have Lois Lane banging Superman.
He's not going to get reamed by fucking Superman.
Easy there, Matt. Easy.
That's not going to happen.
Matt, we're trying to keep it PG-13. All right.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
This bitch went past NC-17 a long time ago.
Yeah,
it did. I'm just saying.
Fuck that, Dave. Fuck that.
He's going to have a lot more viewers than Game of Thrones would be attracting. Plus,
Garza's the only sober one here.
Yeah, I think so.
Why?
Yeah.
No. It's just because I could talk normal.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, I've had like fucking 4 fucking drinks. Wait, what did he say? I didn't hear him.
No, I guarantee you, Garza's one of those guys who talks totally clearly, and you're like, yeah, he's fine, and then
and I'm fucked up.
No, you gotta carry him home.
Okay, it just seems like to me you're the only
if
one
I were
that's
to stand up,
crying.
Yeah, if I were to stand up, I'd be like,
you're the dude that used to disappear from parties, and it's like, well, where'd he go? It's like,
that's called a ninja move, dude. You're like, where did he go? And I'm like, yeah, no, I'm home. I'm home already. I'm out. I'm with Grace.
3 days later.
Oh, with Grace.
With Grace.
You know that, dude.
Yeah, she's waiting. She's waiting for him. That's
going to be cut out. I'm going to cut that one out and post
the guy
it.
who would either disappear or all of a sudden you have tacos, and it's like, where'd you get tacos?
Garza's going to give her a scoop.
Yeah. Scoop of this dick, dude.
Yeah. Wow.
Not exclusive.
Make sure she doesn't shit in your bed, man. No,
all right.
Well, that's officially gonna get them.
Let me just ask you this question. Let me just ask you this fucking question.
You're gonna ask a question after that?
Who
Yes, I am.
It's more of a comment than a question, actually.
You're fucking gonna tell me right now, regardless if that's true or not, that you would not still fuck Amber Heard? I would fuck Amber Heard in a heartbeat, dude. I'd be like, whatever.
My wedding anniversary is tomorrow, so I'm going to refrain from comments.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm just saying, dude.
We're all canceled.
Scott, you said no.
Yeah.
I got to see how it turns out. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's an in the moment thing.
All right. You know what, guys? I think it's time to end the fucking vodka drink. We're already like 3 hours plus.
Said vodka.
Plus. I said plus.
Oh yeah.
Plus.
Jesus Christ. I'm telling you, I think it's time to end. Oh my God! Oh man, this is one for the.
Yes.
Real quick though, hey Dave.
I love it.
Did you see my my periodic table that I posted up?
Yeah, I retweeted it. Yeah.
Oh, you did? Oh,
doesn't mean you
just wanted to make sure.
Okay,
I know, right?
I got you, man. I got you.
Slow down. We're each gonna do an individual plug to sign up. So.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
We're all gonna.
Sorry.
So
That's true. That's true because I always like to end the vodka stream on Film Junkee.
I'm not gonna be able to do it.
Yeah, no, I don't think we're gonna be.
I don't have any more alcohol.
Right,
I'm going to have to refill my drink just for the sign off.
No, it's okay. We don't have to do it. We don't have to do that. Okay, Matt, go ahead, plug yourself. Plug yourself, Matt.
I'm part of this channel right here. Whatever this says, follow that channel.
Yeah. Matt, I want you on every vodka.
Yeah, I love your episodes, man. I love them.
Yeah.
And then actually tomorrow, which will probably be filled with less shenanigans, Chris Wong, Mr. Chris Wong here, will be actually on our stream tomorrow.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah. And Matt will be extremely hungover.
Yeah,
This
this
stream.
eating greasy burgers and wearing sunglasses.
Fuck yeah.
Damn, dude. So Chris, tomorrow about 10 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, because it's gonna get delayed because I'm not gonna get up until much later.
Good thing that Chris is in the past. Yeah.
Yeah, Chris, you're way in the past, but yeah, dude, just to let you know, it may get moved. No, whatever this channel is right here, follow that channel and get ready for our live stream tomorrow with Chris Wong. There you go.
Fuck yeah.
All right, Mr. Scott, go ahead and plug yourself.
Of course, I am the co-founder and co-host of TC Film Squadcast, which will include Dave the Film Junkie this weekend, as we will be hungover and Tim will be dragging our asses through that show, which you can find on Twitter at Suicide Squadcast. I'm at ScottDC27, and you can find the entire network at squadcastmedia.com.
Right. Garza,
you guys have your plugs, you can say it no matter how drunk you are. I'm sure. It's like
5 years of the same script. Man.
I might be able to do your intro for you.
Fuck, I suck. I didn't say any of that shit.
Garza, go ahead.
If you would like to hear me shitting on other people, you can follow me at that right there. I make sure that people don't listen to bullshit scoops. I'm sorry. If that's my calling in life, if that's my fucking superhero power, I'm gonna call out bullshit. I'm sorry. I'm sorry that I want to give. I know. I'm sorry that I want to make sure that fans don't get too excited about shit, because guess what, dude? Like, I would love to believe it all. Shit ain't true. I'm sorry.
Are you telling me you want to kill the optimism?
How dare you, sir?
Every time there is positivity, you have to come in and turn it down. I don't know why.
Debbie Downer.
You know why? Because, dude, we need to bring it down a bit, dude. We're not getting fucked up.
He's drunk.
We're getting fucked down, okay?
Yeah, see, you guys
chill.
Yeah, he's drunk.
Just chill.
He's drunk.
Like, you need to fucking chill, dude. You don't need to get so hyped up because the shit's gonna be fucking fake. Like, you really want me to believe Steppenwolf 9 months in visual effects? What the fuck are we talking about here? I'm sorry.
Finding a Steppenwolf body double is tough, all right? It's going to take at least 6 months to get a body double for Steppenwolf.
Come on, just to fucking find it.
Garza's plug is just anti-other channels.
Yes.
You gotta get somebody in that mocap.
Enough about other people. What about you?
Aaron Hines ain't fucking showing up, okay? Listen to me.
It's going to be his cousin.
Right? It's what's his name? The redhead from Game of Thrones. Crystal. I think that's who's filling Steppenwolf's body double. Just fucking follow this and you'll hear the truth, okay? I'm sorry.
Okay, all right. Chris Wong Swinton, go ahead and plug yourself. Don't say anything about pineapple or I will remove you.
Ping pong flux. I mean flicks.
Oh my god,
dude, that's a great name for a fucking porn.
If whoever runs the Cuss Wong channel, if whoever runs the Cuss Wong channel is in the chat right now.
Wow.
Yeah. Okay, yeah.
Your Twitter handle
316. Oh my god.
Ping pong flux.
Oh, flux? It was flux, not fucks. No, that was ping pong flux.
Oh my god. Oh, I'm dying. All right. Steven, go ahead.
Oh.
All right, you ready for me? I'm a pro at this. So.
Yeah. You got that.
First is Scott. Yeah. So I'm Stephen Colbert. You can follow me on Twitter at SM Colbert in my
Hey, what are you drinking out of, though?
I am drinking out of a Comic Movie Marks mug. To being one of their Patreons, and you should too.
Holy shit, there's 2 cups?
What?
That must be Flash right there. That's a parallel universe.
You can also find I'm an editor and I write for ScreenRant.com, so you can find me over there.
That's anti-Snyder though, right?
Oh, yeah. You can find my my articles, like the one that I showed earlier, where I was talking about all of the series from November 16th, the day before
that exclusive you talked about.
Well, it wasn't nice. I don't really publish exclusives. I just publish
okay.
speculation that turns out to be true.
Speculation isn't exclusive?
Oh my god!
Then I
guys are launching missiles today.
I'm not. Garz is the one that I'm not. Whatever. So,
yeah, I fucking said it. Speculation isn't a fucking exclusive. That's fucking shocking to me. I thought that was a.
You are contextualizing my words in a way that I have not.
Go on, Steven.
So continuing with my plugs, I am also a co-host on 2 podcasts. One of which is
Jesus Christ, 2?
Yeah, 2 now. So we got BVS by the minute. We just finished talking to Richard Citron for the Nightmare.
Oh,
that was
beautiful.
We got one more Nightmare, and then there's really cool stuff after that too. And then we also just started
spoiler
Just League by the Minute. It only has 1 episode where we say, hey, this is Just League by the Minute, but soon we will have more, just talking about like the trailer and stuff. And then when it comes out, we'll talk about that in more detail.
Did you just plug Justice League by the Minute in 2020?
Yeah,
he did.
He did. He totally did.
Episodes. I mean, you can subscribe to both of those on iTunes.
Shit's not out for another fucking year. He's like, yeah, but subscribe.
Oh, I love it. I love it.
You know what? That's planning ahead, and that's things that people.
You know
should
what?
Take into
It's
consideration.
bullshit because I still haven't gotten asked to be on BVS by the minute. So fuck you and your Justice League by the minute.
Well, that makes complete fucking sense.
All right, Mr. Ben Everts, go ahead, plug yourself. He's like, I don't even know what to say.
Being at the dick of the fucking stream, it sucks.
You're fucking ahead of it, man.
Because like Dave keeps blocking him with the fucking comments.
You know what? I didn't notice until the last one. I was like, wait, what's my face?
All the super chaps kept blocking off fucking.
I didn't know until the very last guy, and I was like, "What the fuck is my face?"
I did. Every time there was a comment, it was like over you. I was like, "I'm sorry."
He's in the chat.
Hey Ben, where do we talk about? Like, what do we do? Like, how do we even get our quote unquote news out?
That's a great question.
Don't ask me anything right now. I'm about to just plug our site and get the fuck out.
All right. Okay.
Please.
I think it's real anarchy, but okay.
Whatever.
So Scott just lost it.
He totally was like, I'm done.
Yeah, he's done.
Guys,
Dude, we blacked him out. That's awesome.
I had a blast with thank you, Dave, and the Vodka stream.
All right. Yeah. Cheers, guys. All right. Here's my last drink of vodka.
Everybody.
I'm
done.
I don't have any more.
Cheers, guys.
Wait. Let me plug my channel.
Plug it.
Wait, you did?
Plug it, Ben. Come on.
The Real Emotion podcast. You can find us on YouTube and
no.
And follow me on Twitter. I'm Mr. Everts.
I can't believe I'm a part of that.
I know.
I don't know.
Have respect to our seniors.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man, I can't believe.
Guys. All right, guys. That's it. I'm drinking. Here we go.